You are listening to GORCAST, you idiot.
My fucking dude.
That
My
intro is so lit.
Do you know who made that?
No.
Cameron Loesch made that for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
The multi-talented fucking savage.
You got the drummer
Cameron Loesch.
Boo making you shit? That's
My boy,
so
dude.
sick.
I know. I was like, dude, make it funny and stupid and make fun of me in it or something.
No,
And he
it's
just,
amazing.
Like, put the you idiot thing on there.
It's
cool.
perfect.
Spinny,
My dog.
you're here, dude.
Tay-Tay.
We're looking good, feeling good today, dude.
Absolutely.
What's up, man? You're in Austin, Texas.
I'm stoked to be back, you know. It's beautiful out.
So good to see
I love
you.
this city.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hot, but I like it.
Yeah.
Hot can be beautiful to some.
Well, I've been chilling in the desert as of late, you know, and so
Yeah.
so I'm kind of used to it. And so the humidity feels nice. I
So
gotta
lots
say.
happened since you were one of my first podcast guests. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
One of my first guests ever on the original GORCAST setup in my living room, and now we're here
You got to drink it.
in the new stew. I'm bad at that. I always cheers and set it down. And people are like,
it's
"What are
bad
you?
luck.
What are you
It's
doing?"
bad luck. People get weird about that.
They do.
You're like in a car accident. out
I
there
know.
or
Fuck.
something.
But yeah, so you have toured the world. No, you've gone overseas since we've talked. The rap project is just blowing up. Grim
Yeah.
Salvo's blowing up. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about it. You've moved to the Southwest, kind of like your boy.
Mhm.
We have moved away from the PNW
Yep.
as our home base.
Escape the rain.
Escape the rain, baby,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going good out there in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's going great.
Nice. What have you been doing?
I'm thriving. I'm in love.
You're in love.
I'm in love.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. It feels good.
No one ever thought you'd be in love.
I know. I was kind of a dog.
You were
I was kind of a dog for a while, but
You had to tame him. You had to tame this boy.
Yeah, but it's great, man. It's you know, I think we were talking about it earlier, and I love it just because it's new, and it's different.
Yeah, Arizona, yeah.
You know.
Just like you were saying, you brought up something cool, which we should repeat, was that like you're not necessarily like so infatuated in love with the city itself,
Yeah,
necessarily Phoenix,
yeah.
but you're in love with the fact that it's all new.
Yeah. New
So what does that mean?
experiences.
Like new people, new experiences,
Like everything, like down to the terrain, you know, down to like when the sun sets, you know,
Yeah.
just the little things. I
I feel
mean,
the
even
same
like the
way.
way the city is laid out, the highways, like little shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like little things, and it's really the polar opposite of where we grew up.
Yeah.
You know, like it's very dry. You got a lot of people, like the political stickers on the cars are flipped.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
know?
a bunch of Trump stickers. and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
You know, it's
so
flipped, and
funny.
so it's just new stimuli, and that does wonders for the soul, I think.
Yeah, for sure. They're really balanced out there politically, isn't there? Like, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like a swing state. Isn't it?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's a big city.
Still very different from where we're from.
Yeah.
It's very politically left leaning on that in Oregon
Absolutely.
or in Portland. I
In
guess.
Portland,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a weird situation up there.
It is, yeah. Oregon's not that way, but
Yeah.
Portland is. But yeah, I mean, and the music scene is fucking sick.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell me more about that. I know we were talking about it in the car, but
Man, there's so I've been going to a lot of the metal shows, and what will happen is we'll be going to a metal show. It'll be at like a bar or something like that, like a local show, and then one of the bands will be like, "All right, hit us up after our set. We'll hit you with an address. We're playing another show after this."
What?
On the res.
They doubled down on the res?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
what?
everyone drives out to the reservation.
And there's no fucking rules out there.
No.
Nice.
I mean, the cops do come from time to time.
That's
but,
cool.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. And so it'll just be in like this dusty field, you know,
Mhm.
and people just getting violent, you know.
Yeah.
I don't dare step foot in a pit.
No.
I'm 30 now.
We're too old now.
I'm 30 now. And you know,
We're metalcore elders.
yeah. No, I'll
Death metal elders.
I'll pop a hip up
Yeah.
in there. So,
Oh, yeah.
but it's really impressive. Like everyone's going hard, playing shows every week. The bands are great. It's a lot of like hardcore, grindcore type of a
Okay.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
So like very little commercial interest or value,
Uh-huh.
but still just going so hard. And there's like youth to the scene too.
Yeah.
It's not like a bunch of crusty 40-year-old dudes like, yeah, I'm playing another show. Like, fuck this. But you know
Yeah.
that attitude,
Yeah.
you know? It's like youthful, like, let's fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's like it's like it's just getting started almost.
Yeah.
But it's going.
It's going.
Nice. The
Yeah.
scene out here is fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
It's so different from growing up, you know, in Portland, it was like, so it's just so small, so much different. And I think the thing is too, is you have more major cities, not to dog on the Portland scene, but it's like you have a lot of more, like even here we have San Antonio. It's like the 9th largest city in America. And it's as far away from here as Salem is from Portland.
That's right. It's like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's not maybe like hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes or something. But it's like, yeah, it's not far. And so people will come here for show. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. And you've got like it's like if Vancouver, Washington was like, you know, also a huge city and all those people came down from like to go to the shows in Portland.
You got the markets.
Something like that. Yeah, it's a lot of different they're all kind of centrally located. And where you live, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 3 giant cities that kind of all go to right? Like the Mesa, Tempe, and
that's what you discover when you move to Phoenix is like people are like, whoa, that's in Mesa, actually.
Well, easy.
That's in Tempe.
Yeah.
That's a whole other place. And I'm like, well, I just keep driving, and the city doesn't stop, and now I'm in Tempe, so it's like hard to tell, you know? But it is just one sprawling metropolitan area. Yeah. Like all combined, crazy. Like Maricopa County.
It's kind of like how LA has all those different pockets of buildings and
so I'm getting to know the differences and everything, but crazy shows. You get all the shows out there.
All the big tours. What are some that you've been to recently?
Some that I've been to, I don't know if I've been to any like giant ones. Actually, shout out Thra. Recently, I went to the Thra. Yeah, Thra. They're a Phoenix band. They just got signed. They're up and coming. They're like a sludgy death metal kind of a thing. And they just had a record release show at the Nile Theater.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Nice. Yeah, I've never played the upstairs.
All local bill, upstairs.
Fuck yeah.
Packed it out. It was so sick.
Sick.
It was so
sounds sick as fuck.
Yeah, it's very cool. And then there's all like the nature and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
have you gotten a chance to go to Flagstaff and like check out like the snow and shit over there?
I mean, I haven't seen the snow yet.
Yeah,
up there, I haven't been there in the winter, but
people don't realize it snows in Arizona.
Yeah, you just go like I think it's 90 minutes north or 2 hours north or something like that. And then there's pine trees and snow and everything. You go through Sedona, which is, Sedona, it's gotten kind of one of those reputations of being like a very hippy-dippy, like, hey, man, like turquoise chicks, chicks who love turquoise.
Crystals?
Yeah, but they're rich too,
Oh, okay.
And so, and like everything in Sedona, the zoning and like the city itself is so strict that even the McDonald's has this sort of Adobe turquoise look to it. It's crazy. You go through, it's like a different world.
Listen here, Mickey D's. If you're gonna put one of your fucking crap establishments in Sedona, you better turquoise it the fuck out or get out of town.
And they do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so Sedona is really cool. I mean, it's got like crazy rocks and all sort of crazy shit.
I remember one time we were driving like recently on a tour, and we were driving from West Texas to Mesa to the Nile. We had a show at the Nile or something, and we were driving through, and I think we might have been in one of those areas where there was all pine tree. It looked like Bend, kind of.
Yeah.
Bend, Oregon.
Exactly.
But and we were driving, and then all of a sudden, like, you come to this like patch of trees, and it's the last patch of trees, and then they just stop.
Yeah.
And then it opens up, and it's fucking Wile E. Coyote.
Yep.
Like Looney Tunes, like fucking rocks,
the saguaro cactuses,
and the big giant cactuses. It was just like out of nowhere. It's like you teleported to a different place on the map.
Yeah, it's like it's the fucking elevation.
Yeah,
it just like drops
all
of a sudden.
So quick.
Yeah,
it was fucking beautiful. I remember I was driving. It was like sunrise. We drove through the night or something, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we don't have I guess we kind of have some cactus out here, but it's like the petal cactus. It's not like. Yeah. I think in different parts of Texas they have like the big fat cactuses, but
Texas, Texas is it's a ranching state. It's got a lot of
Is it? Are you a ranching man?
I mean, I'm a bit of a ranching man myself, and for my time
bit of a ranch hand.
My time ranching in Portland, Oregon. It's a different kind of ranch.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, a little marijuana ranch.
I was wrangling something else up there.
Dude, you used to work with me sometimes at our weed farm.
Oh yeah, dude.
We've done so much shit.
It's crazy.
I used to own a weed farm in Portland for people that don't know. And you used to fucking come and pull your weight, dude.
Oh yeah, certified
Portland, dude.
Yeah, that was a sick fucking operation. I remember that. that was like the first time where I was like, oh shit, you can just like do this
stuff.
Yeah.
We
You
got it
can
licensed
start
with the
stuff.
state. Like it was a legal
Yeah.
grow operation.
Yeah. No, that
And
was
yeah,
a
it was
very
weird.
inspiring because you guys were like my first homies who started their own LLC,
Yeah.
you know, did it like very legit, rented a giant fucking warehouse and
That was
everything.
the problem.
It was huge.
It was too big.
It was
The
huge.
rent was like $11,000 a month. And then the market tanked because all the outdoor weed came and they were like charging. I remember there was like a time when they were like when we started, we were getting like $2,600 a pound. And then and then by the time that like next winter hit and all the outdoor shit was cropped in like October, in that next December, they were like, I could give you $500.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you know.
They overgrew.
We
right?
wanted to be like a small batch fucking, you know, slow expansion thing, but I don't know. I'm so glad. And we also worked at a dispensary together too, dude. Zion, dude.
Yeah. Is it still there? Do you
Oh,
know?
yeah, probably,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Well, good for them because
No shout outs for them.
No, okay.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
But I remember that you were basically like the display monkey,
Dude.
like rolling fucking joints. They had
Yeah.
you were like the show pony.
I was.
Like you would walk in the door and they put you in the middle of the floor rolling joints, and they even gave you a little business card holder with business cards that said
Joint
Spencer
roller.
Linn joint roller.
Dude,
Did
I
you
was-
save any of those?
They got to be around somewhere.
I hope you have some of those.
I
so
was
funny.
so stoked.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, you're telling me
This
I
was
get
like 2015,
paid?
right?
Yeah.
Right before it legalized. We were there. We were on the front lines during legalization
We were.
week.
That's a book.
That is a book.
That
dude.
is a book.
That is a fucking book.
I feel like we got all sorts of tales we could compile.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it was I was the joint roller. I remember telling my girlfriend at the time what they had me doing, and she's like, "That's not cool."
Well, you
It was like, "What are you talking about?"
it would get really hot
sick
in the
as fuck.
summer, and then it would get really hot in the summer, and they gave you. You had at one point because you were grinding up all this weed, and you were getting like hay fever.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, welcome in."
Yeah,
you know?
welcome in. And then they had to stick you in the back room with a respirator on, like a painter's mask.
Dude, I innovated at that place too. You remember that joint roller machine that I made? Or I crafted?
No, I totally do remember because it was like a shaker thing.
It was like
it was a
rust-
paint shaker.
It was
right?
it was a bolt shaker to shake the rust off of bolts. And it would just be like, you know, it was like way too fucking shaky.
Yeah.
And then there was like this other piece where you could put in those pre-rolled cones. And then I would just grind up a bunch of weed and like sprinkle it in, like tamp it down, fucking shake it.
and it worked.
It worked.
And then they came out with the Futurola Joint Roller 9000.
Yeah, they put me out of business, man.
Look, man, come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, they came out with like the real shit.
Yeah.
It was like $5,000.
Yeah.
Every fucking dispensary bought one.
Yeah, the out-of-state investment really dove in to Oregon.
I don't think that there's a field of work that I miss working in less than the weed industry. And I was just talking to somebody else about that, and it's hard for people from not where we're from to understand like how annoying it could be or bad it could be. How the people are just such characters, and it's wild card. Like some of the best people, some of the sketchiest people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so weird.
You really get an interesting slice of the population
Dude,
when you find out everyone who's smoking weed.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah, dude, I feel similar. I feel very similar. There were some really good times though. Man, and we've had a lot of jobs together.
We
We've
have.
had quite a few.
What are the other
actually.
ones? I can't remember.
Well,
'cause
there's
they're
Mike
so-
Thrasher.
Oh yeah.
And then there's that summer that we spent in the dish pit.
Oh man, let's talk about both of those things. So
Okay.
I used to work as a fucking front desk lady for Mike Thrasher presents. Hello, and the fucking book Mike Thrasher presents. For people that don't know, rest in peace to Mike. By the way, Mike
Rest in
Thrasher
peace.
was a great human. This one's for him, Mike Thrasher, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Mike Thrasher, bro.
Yeah, you got to drink.
I know, man. That one rocked me.
Yeah,
that
that was-
rocked me hard.
that
I
was
wasn't
fucked
ready
up.
for that. But anyway, Mike Thrasher basically was the premier promoter of all music in Portland. He was one of two, the guy that owned the Roseland and Mike Thrasher.
Yeah.
And Mike Thrasher put on most of the biggest shows in Seattle and Portland. And they've since changed their name now, and like they're different.
They have?
Yeah, because the family didn't want them using that name anymore.
Fair.
And so they changed it. I think it's Mammoth now. They partnered with some other company called Mammoth Booking or something in Portland. But and Jeff is the other guy. Jeff Urquhart, King Banana Booking. We'll give Jeff some props. But yeah, Mike hired me to be basically a front desk lady, and it's so funny too, like when you're young and you're like getting these kind of jobs, because I thought I had made it.
I did too.
I thought that we were working for the big dog.
Yeah.
The big dog in music, dude. And like it was so, but then you quickly realize in like a year or two, you're like, oh, like this is as far as it goes, like working in this office, like in this, it's just like a run of the mill like local office job. And I remember at one time, remember Gordon, the VP and accounting guy. He was like the boss, and excuse me. I remember like telling him, hey, I really want to do more. I want to do more. I want to do more. And he kind of sat me down and was like, listen, you have a lot of potential and you're great, but you might want to look somewhere else because there's just not that much further you can go. And that was just like a real moment. And I was like, fuck. But anyway, they needed somebody to come in and clean the office. And so I was the front desk lady and you were the cleaning lady.
I was the janitor.
You were the janitor, dude. You'd come in once a week and like clean the trash or take the trash out, clean the floors and shit.
I did that shit like for free.
Yeah, basically it was just like a fucking, I think, did they?
No, they gave me free tickets to all the shows.
Yeah. Hey, that works.
Dude, I wanted to do music so bad that I never wanted to ever get a job.
Yeah.
That wasn't music.
Feel that.
And so I had to get a job, obviously.
Yeah.
To support myself. And so it'd always be just like, my first job was just like at a gas station, which a lot of people around the country, I've realized, don't know that you can work as a gas station pumper.
Oh yeah, because Oregon, it's illegal to pump your own gas.
Oregon and New Jersey. Those are the two ones.
That's so weird.
Two states. And so I'd be sitting there like, hello,
and they always have like some deal with the fucking like police station, and they get like the people fresh out of jail trying to get their life back on track. So you got this this toothless crackhead. We're gonna get you.
Yeah.
Regular premium.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dude, I remember
fuck.
when I went in to like interview for the job, and I was like, I speak Spanish. I was like taking it very seriously because it was like my first job.
You're talking to some ex-tweaker with 4 kids.
Yeah, he's like, why are you talking so much? You want the job, you're hired,
Mom, I got a job.
Yeah.
Dude, and you had the sketchy hummus job.
Oh, the hummus stop. Yeah, dude. I was a hummus salesman.
Not a delivery boy.
Not a delivery boy. I was a salesman. I was out there slanging that shit at farmers markets once a week.
Tell me, what was your pitch?
Well, they would, people are perusing farmers markets, right? And so they taught us, because it was a group of,
I got to take these off now.
It was a group of See, I can see really well.
You keep yours on.
Yeah.
I can't see your eyes unless I take mine off.
Oh,
so,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it was a group of it was an Iranian family, who owned it. And they were like, here's what you do. You take the chip, the pita chip, you dip it, and you say, try, And so,
did you say it just like that?
I said, try. Dude, they would do it and it would work. Like I remember like shadowing one of the sons, and he would just like get in people's faces, and they're like, oh, okay, and they would try it. And
the white people, the scared white people in Portland. I do like hummus, I suppose.
Yeah, and they would try it, and they'd be like, oh, is that
so much culture?
Is that jalapeno? And they're like, yes. And then you got all the flavors and everything, and then.
But you didn't do well when you did it.
No, I did.
Oh,
good.
okay. You said when they would do it.
Well, they did it was a whole other level of
really?
like this is my family's business, Yeah. I must make my father proud, kind of a thing. And I didn't have that skin in the game. I was like, God, I got to do this.
Hey, what's up? We have jalapeno. And we have red pepper, roasted red.
Yeah.
And,
is that your impression of me?
No. Yeah.
It sounds like it is.
That's just a voice. It's a voice we've always done together.
That's just like
that's
stoner.
Our voice. That's our voice.
That's the stoner, man.
Dude, so anyway, I'm sorry, back to Mike Thrasher Presents. Unless there's anything you want to say about the hummus job before we stop. Before we move on.
There's so many things I could say, but let's talk about Mike Thrasher.
You would come in, clean, quick sweep of the house.
Oh yeah.
Quick sweep, because it was a 2-story house that they converted into an office, like in downtown Portland.
Yeah.
And so you would clean the whole up and downstairs, and then you'd give me this look, and I would swiftly take my lunch break, and we would proceed to get high as fuck in the car and listen to jazz music on the radio.
KMHD.
Dude, can we talk about KMHD really quick?
Yeah. I thought you were about to cheers for KMHD.
I'll cheers you for KMHD, dude.
Yeah.
I should throw that on sometime just for old time's sake.
Keeping it real.
The KMHD is like the sickest jazz radio station. Portland has this dope jazz radio station, and they the guys on there are always so smooth.
Oh yeah,
I really love that. Hey, this is Derek with the morning session.
Yeah.
You are listening to KMHD Jazz Radio, Portland's jazz connection.
It was good stuff.
It was so
especially getting high.
Oh, dude, we
in the
would
middle
get
of the day.
so baked in the middle of the day. 4 bowls to the face, and then we'd go eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Just high as fuck.
Yeah. That was a lot of my 20s.
Yeah, dude. Eating sandwiches high as fuck, listening to jazz, dude.
Yeah. On like a work break with you.
Yeah.
Because then, after all that shit, so like the Mike Thrasher stuff pivoted into one of the dudes there.
Mike
Kent, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a production running company.
What was that called again? Rock and Roll Ambulance.
Yeah, that's it.
Shout out Mike Kent. If you're ever around listening on the internet, we love you, Mike Kent.
Hell yeah.
We've never forgotten about you.
No, dude. He was the man.
He was the fucking man. Probably still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Mike Kent.
Oh yeah, so he had a production running company, and production running, for those listening who may not know, is like all of the things that need to get done behind the scenes at these big shows. You know, the people who bring the food and take the artists around and fill out the rider and everything like that.
If they want to go to the Apple store, or
Yeah.
if they want to, or if the bus needs drinks and stuff.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. So we would basically go to some giant shows. I remember Ariana.
Oh, see, I didn't work that one.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Dude, I basically met Ariana Grande.
What?
I basically met her.
The Queen.
I met the Queen herself.
Oh my God, was she nice and hot in real life?
Well, yeah, but like tiny.
Really tiny,
So
mousy.
So small.
Really?
Yeah, like you don't really realize it until you see her in person. Very, very small lady. But I was just taking a break from the dish pit because I was just like the dish guy.
We'll get back to that,
dude. And I was taking a break from the dish pit, and they had the spread, and you were allowed to go like pick from the spread.
The peasants were allowed to pick from the the dish peasants were allowed to pick from the spread.
As long as you were conservative with the picking, you couldn't go back with like a
plate loaded up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ari.
Yeah. But
who is this homeless guy eating my meat and cheese?
Yeah, dude. Get the fuck back in the dish pit. God. One of the dish pit guys got out.
Dude, so the one that we were working.
Wait, can I finish?
Yeah,
it?
finish.
Okay.
Finish,
It's really silly. So I went to the table. I was getting a cookie. I was just like, I'm just gonna get a cookie, and I saw like a dude who was like hugging a mass. He had like this good looking dude had his arms around this blanket, and they're standing in front of the cookies. All right, so I just kind of like go around. I'm like, oh, excuse me, and I grab a cookie and I look over, and it's fucking Ariana Grande, like covered in a blanket.
Oh, you were like neck to neck with her.
Yeah, I was like, oh, like hey. So that's all it was.
That's
like,
awesome. He smells weird.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I did smell weird. Though. Oh, yeah, I could say that. I was in the dish pit. I was fucking balls deep in the dish pit.
You smell like dishwater and
bleach and shit.
Dude, so we worked an Imagine Dragons show together. And for people that don't understand, and I did not understand until we did that, this production, it's a 4 or 5 day endeavor just to have the show for one day.
It's so crazy.
They get in, they unload, and they got the light tech guys fucking setting up the lights in the arena and everything. Where all of this is happening at the arena where the Blazers play, the stadium, right?
Rose Garden.
The Rose Garden Moda Center.
Moda Center.
Yeah, it's always the Rose Garden forever.
OG.
But we were working Imagine Dragons, who, I mean, we got to watch part of the show, and I was like, wow, I'll never forget what that looked like.
Oh, I was blown away.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
Not my favorite band.
No. I don't. I've always thought they were corny.
Yeah, people kind of make fun of them, right?
Sure. They're kind of like a meme a little bit.
Yeah, but they were like, when I remember being captivated.
Oh, yeah.
Watching that intro, it was like there was a bunch of like I remember they had the band members were on stage hiding behind these giant sheets that went ceiling to floor, and they had all these lights shining through the sheets so you could see their silhouettes, and then they dropped down.
That's right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
But anyway, we were working as contracted help in the dish pit. It was me, you, Sean Coates.
Oh, dude, Sean.
Sean Coates is the man, dude.
He was with us in the dish pit.
I think he might watch this, so hopefully,
yeah.
Sean Coates, if you're out there.
I hope he remembers.
I hope you remember us, dude. We think about you, Sean Coates.
I hope he remembers these nuts.
Yeah. But we went, so we were working in the dish pit, which is basically the reason that there's a dish pit is because they have a full service catering crew touring with them.
Yeah.
And they're constantly cranking shit out because they have to do 3 hot meals a day for the crew, the band, and the band's family. So like
insane.
So like 20, 30 people are on tour plus the catering guys. So they're crushing all these different meals. They have to meal plan so it's not the same thing every day.
Yeah.
That job sounds insane and fun. Like if I took the chef route, that would be really cool.
It'd be cool.
Cuz those guys that we were working for, they were like we were like, so what else do you guys do? And they were like, oh, we just got done doing The World with Katie.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were like,
Perry?
Yeah, he was
yeah.
yeah, it's no big deal. We just did The World with Katie.
Yeah.
And like they're on first name basis because they're feeding her every night.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Like,
and
thanks,
and they
Greg.
told us the crazy stories like how they had a day off in California and she just bought Six Flags for the day and shut it down, kicked
yeah.
everybody out, and it was just the 20 people at Six Flags by themselves and shit.
Nice.
Like Katie's just balling.
Oh yeah.
But dude, that dish pit, that might be the closest thing to like going to war. We're very privileged.
Yeah.
And so because of that, that might be the closest thing.
We're trauma bonded.
We're trauma bonded through the dish
Yeah.
pit, dude. Because I remember we didn't have any rags or anything to dry these dishes with. So we're just like, we had one guy just like shaking it off, shaking these dishes off. Like, I need you on the shaker, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're just soaking wet. It was like the hardest, shittiest work, but it was fun.
It was
like,
so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you're doing it and you're like,
You're with your boys.
Yeah. I think we might have been smoking some weed or something outside, dude.
Definitely smoking weed. We're definitely high as fuck, like
and
walking in the back.
It was cool because those guys, the catering guys, were actually really cool.
Oh,
I don't know if you
always.
remember those dudes. There was the one guy that had like, he was always wearing sunglasses and he had like long hair, older guy, and then there's like a bigger dude. And those are the two that I remember, but anyway, they would pluck us and be like, "Hey, we're doing taco night. I need you to help me with avocados."
Oh yeah, we got to prep.
Yeah, we would help them prep with shit.
That was cool.
That was super cool.
That was fun.
That was fun. We've had some crazy jobs,
dude. Yeah.
What else have we done? Is there any other ones or just the dish pit?
Let's see. We did the mic thrasher,
dish pit,
dispensary,
grow up.
I think that's all of them. Probably. And then all the shows we played together and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
So remind people, you used to be in a band called the Odious. Is the Odious still? It's always going to exist. In the ethos.
It's kind of one of those things where it exists still. You know, we're not calling it quits by any means.
No.
But it's not our main focus right now. And you know, we're gonna leave it open ended in case we get the hair up our ass to make some.
Because you guys are
still,
it's still all the same guys, and so you basically diverted to full on like hip hop. What do you call the?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like there's people like adjacent to it who are, you know, who we work with or who are like, people also listen to. They call it like shadow rap, or they call it like dark trap, and you know.
Cringy subgenre names, just like metal has.
Yeah, exactly. And so none of those have really stuck with me as far as what I prefer to call it, but it is a mix of like rap and like darker shit like metal and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
And so how did I know we did the first podcast, but people will probably, that's why I'm kind of I'm trying to cycle through as many guests as I can that I've already had on, just so we can give them the proper established fucking episode.
Hell yeah.
And you guys are doing so much, like, we'll get into the Europe tour and everything in a minute, but like explain how the Grim Salvo thing came to be. Remind me, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it was basically just something we, Patrick and I, who's the vocalist of the Odious, we just started for fun. I had been making beats with like Gary and stuff, just like for fun, you know. And I remember I just got the beat bug, because metal and making an odious track was so in depth and so like heady that excuse me, that to like make something that was just some bass and like a sick loop and a sick drum beat
and a sample,
you know, it was really refreshing and like challenging in a different way, because it was simpler and it was all about like how much can you boil this idea down into its most direct.
You have to really
format.
Edit yourself, right?
Yeah, and it was just like really refreshing, and me and Patty have always you know, gotten high and freestyled.
You kind of always were a freestyle. I remember that.
Yeah. You know, we would always do that. And we're always big fans of hip hop, and like for me, you know, East Coast, West Coast, I was always kind of a trader and super into the East Coast shit, like Big L and Nas.
You showed me Big L.
Fuck yeah.
So good.
Just he's my favorite, you know. Like if
taken from us too soon.
Absolutely, you know. People always talk about Biggie and Tupac, who are also amazing, but Big L was just like a force
If you could
of
bring
nature.
one rapper back from the dead, would it be Big L?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because I think he would have kept it the most real. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
But it's hard to speculate on that kind of a thing. But yeah, we would you know, we were just big fans of the genre and always listened to it. Loved like X, Tentacion, you know what I mean? That shit was coming out around then. I was listening to that more than I was listening to metal, and we're like, we should just try to make some of this shit, you know?
Own way.
Yeah, like just make it our own way. It'll be fun. We'll release it on SoundCloud. We're not going to tell a soul.
Yeah.
You know, and then but we should like make it good still. We should still try, you know?
Yeah.
And
like not make it, it's not like a joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Like we legitimately like this.
Yeah.
But we're not also gonna like use the odious as like a platform to like launch a rap thing, because we wanted it to be judged on its own merits, not like oh, the dudes from the odious are making rap, you know.
And it's kind of blew up in your face a little bit.
It did. It slowly started getting like traction, and then the what sealed the deal is discovering all these people in Portland who were making the same sort of subgenre. And we saw like we were just like perusing SoundCloud, looking at other people in the you know, similar area as we were, like the similar subgenre or whatever, and like same size, or people we looked up to. And you know, we're like, oh shit, it says PDX
like two mags and stuff.
Two Mags, Witch House, Mako.
Two mags just hit me up yesterday. He's moving out here.
Oh, he is? Yeah. Fuck yeah, because he's not in Portland anymore.
He's in Florida right now.
Yeah.
He was like, should I come out there? I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Come hang out.
Fuck yeah.
So you started doing this. When did you guys realize, like, oh shit? Like,
it was probably when, so there's this like avenue for a promotion that this subgenre has that I feel like a lot of other subgenres are missing, and that's what's called the AMV. It's like an anime music video. It's basically like an edit of an anime set to your song.
Is it one anime or is it like a bunch of them?
It could be one or multiple.
Okay.
You know, and it's like a ching ching, like they're
sword
like fighting and stuff
shit.
Like that,
yeah.
And it's like set to the beat and everything, and it's just like a cool visual accompaniment to the music. And there is there's a few channels, but there's a really big one called Trash that basically you know, was accumulating a ton of views, and we hit them up to get a song on there, because you had to like apply to get a song on their channel and everything.
Should we pull it up just with no music? We can't play music for YouTube.
Yeah.
But we could pull one up. Harrison, do you want to pull up a YouTube link?
Yeah, if you search like on Grim Salvo Trash, you know?
Grim Salvo Trash AMV.
Yeah, if you just search that on YouTube, one of them is going to come up, and
just do a new tab or something.
And you'll see what's
or no, you can
on.
That Metallica tab has the YouTube already. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, fucking my man James.
God, he was so cool. He still is, but
dude, he's still cool. How do you spell that? SALVO, and then trash, like space. Yeah, trash.
Yeah, just mute it so we don't get pulled off the internet.
Any of those.
Holy shit. So that's one of yours on this guy's channel, and it has 3.2 million views.
Yeah, all of those.
Yeah, click that.
Yeah.
And then just mute it.
Yeah, so they make these really sick edits to the
full
song.
screen it too if you can, and yeah.
You know, they make these really sick edits, and it's all like to the beat, and it's got effects and everything, and it's really cool because it gets like a lot of people who are just into anime. You know how we were talking about like Ice Nine Kills and how they like get a lot of people who are into horror
movies,
into their music. It's like it's got some crossover appeal.
Whoa.
So same with Trash.
Okay.
They get a lot of people who are just into anime who are there for like, oh, this is so sick. Like, I love this anime, but then they discover the song too.
Which is sick because anime is like global.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every, I'm not into it really personally.
I've gotten into it. I really have.
Oops.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z and shit.
Yeah.
I never got into like the reading it. I feel like that's when you really
That's manga.
Oh, manga.
When you read it, that's manga.
But the
then
people that
anime.
read it always watch it. It's like, right?
Typically, I mean, I think there are some purists
Yeah.
who are just like, I only read it. You know what
This
I mean?
is so cool.
Yeah.
I wish we could hear it with some music just for like a second.
Yeah.
Here, let's do it. You guys are so good, dude.
Thanks, man.
I don't want to get pulled off of YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna strike you.
I know.
No, but
I guess you could just be like, it's fine.
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
You have the power.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you can turn it off.
But
so you went down this avenue, and then that boosted you guys.
yeah, that really boosted it. It translated to all of the streaming numbers and everything, and then you start getting into like random people's playlists and stuff like that, and then it just starts skyrocketing from there, sort of, because we put a lot of work into all of the songs, and so we had, by the time that we blew up, like a little chunk of songs. Blew up. I don't know, but like,
I mean, you fucking blew up, dude. How many? What are you at right now? Millions? What? Do you have the cumulative number about in your head? 15, 20 million streams between all the songs.
Yeah, it's more than that, but it's a lot. It's sick.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
You're fucking killing it.
Thanks,
That's
man.
so awesome.
I really appreciate it. It's I mean, it felt like gradual. It was all during COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it really happened. So I think a lot of people were like stuck inside surfing YouTube.
And they
also
needed some dark, weird rap music to
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And so that's when we noticed the biggest jump. And then we started seeing like, okay, we can actually make money from streaming,
Whoa.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah. And then we also would make beats for other people who we would, get streams from that too.
Mhm.
And so like combining everything, we're like, okay, guys, I think we could like make a living out of this.
Which has always been, that's number one goal. It's not to be famous or to do this or that.
No.
It's just to fucking not have to go to work.
Yeah, dude.
And just be able to make fucking music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I could just have a comfortable middle class, even lower middle class, I really don't care.
Even a couple, even just rent paid.
Dude, I've spent so long being just like, when I think about how poor I like used to be, like, and it was fine.
Right.
Like I was fine. Like I was fine.
Well, you're always doing shit that made you happy. You're always doing
Exactly.
fun shit.
Yeah.
And so it's like if you don't have a ton of money, you can still be happy if you're just doing shit that's fun.
You got
for
your friends. You got the shit, like the shit that you're doing that makes you happy.
Yeah.
You got some job where you can at least like, for me, it always mattered that I could just like call in and be like, oh, I got a show that I need to play.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's flexibility to do music and shit.
So yeah, I really would just love to, be able to, make a little living and just support myself making the stuff that I love.
And that's what you're doing now, right? You're full-time music, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It's crazy. Yeah. And I was able to move states and everything because I'm not tied to a location. Because like so much of it is just like you're working on a beat, you send it to someone,
Yeah.
You
Or if you need to get out there and track someone, you can fly out real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Right, for the streams or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always kind of a dice roll because sometimes, it doesn't like stream as well, but it's all about like, just putting in the work, making the best thing that you possibly can, and then hoping like people like it,
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's fucking rad. Dude.
Yeah, man.
You're living the true dream.
It's pretty sick.
You're a rap star, dude.
I guess so.
You're an accidental rap star.
I guess so, yeah.
You oopsied your way into rap stardom.
I did. Dude, if you told me that like 5 years ago, I would be like, shut the fuck
Sorry,
up.
Mom. No college for me, Barbara.
Yeah, dude. My parents wanted me to go to college so bad. You
dude.
remember
Oh,
the
dude.
saga?
It was always some kind of a scam to get you to go back to college. They were always like, well, Spinny, you can stay in the house and we'll pay for everything for you if you'll go to college.
Just
And
go
you
to
were
school.
like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm like, but no. No,
But
I'll
I
work
have
at
a
this
dr-
gas station.
But I have a
instead.
dream, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just knew.
You
know.
opted out of the privilege, dude. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't really like. I'm still very like privileged ultimately
Yeah.
because they were very supportive. You know, they bought me my like first.
Hi,
guitar.
Barb and Chris. I hope Barb and Chris watch this.
I hope so too. I'll
Best,
show it.
coolest parents.
They
I
are.
fucking love them.
They're the sickest, and you know, yeah, and we like, you know, we would butt heads because it's like any parent is gonna be like, what? What do you want to do? You know, like. Especially when I was doing odious shit.
Yeah.
They hear that music and they're like, I don't see how this could go anywhere.
How long have you been working on this album?
Yeah, exactly. 7 years. Mom, it's my prog odyssey. You don't understand.
It's my thesis.
Yeah, this is my thesis. I will be judged. It has to be as good as The Faceless, Mom. You
must
don't
be
understand.
perfect.
Yeah.
You're like I always would make jokes that you were the you were like Dewey Cox in Walk Hard when he gets off of drugs. Or he's getting back on drugs. They're making fun of the Brian Johnson thing. Is that who it is?
Yeah, and, like,
from the Beach
Beatles
Boys.
and- yeah.
Yeah, but when
Beach
he went
Boys.
crazy and he's like
Yeah.
trying to write this one song and he's got like
Yeah.
an army of like didgeridoos and like he's like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
need more didgeridoos. It's
Yeah.
not enough didgeridoos.
He's got like goats and shit in the
yeah,
studio.
like people hitting like a gong and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is this song anyway?
Yeah, dude. It really did get to that point a
Oh,
little bit,
shit.
but
No, dude.
Yeah,
you fucking made it.
it worked
You
out.
made it out. And
Yeah.
it's crazy that like if you really think about the way time works with these things, it's like those songs that are already streaming fat are just going to keep cooking. Right?
I hope so.
I mean, they're just going to more people are going to discover them as you release new ones. So those ones are cooking. They're still slow. Those are slow cooking. And then you're releasing more and more music, and it's like it's almost like it's just getting started. Like there is kind of that feeling of like you're nowhere near. You're not even near the. You're not even near the end of the beginning right now. Like you're just, you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna keep rolling.
I try
It's
to
tight.
remind myself of that because then
Yeah.
it's like, you know, oh yeah, there's so much more to be done. You know,
But we deal with that thing where it's never enough. Right?
absolutely. Yeah.
The artist, the constant chase.
Yeah. Well, and that's why, you know, I've been dealing with that quite a bit where it's like trying to get back to the roots of why I do this in the first place, you know, because it's so easy to get caught up in like numbers and just, you know, like using some sort of external metric to judge yourself, you know, like popularity. But then it's like, no, I did this because it was like the one thing that really made me like happy as like a kid, and like that feeling of like I'm like doing magic basically. It would feel like I'm like a little wizard. I'm like, whoa, like I don't even know how to play guitar that good, but if I layer this thing with that thing, it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
You know? And so like that feeling, I'm like, okay, I really need to get back to that, because I think a lot of people really get caught up in like, okay, this is what made me successful, so I just got to keep doing this and like ride it out, and then they get jaded because they're just like, they just want another one of these, you know what I mean? And
Or they just lose passion for it. Right?
yeah, or get burnt out.
Yeah.
You know, I felt myself
100%.
getting burnt out last year.
How
for
did you deal with that?
Well,
Like, what did you say you try to tap back into these things that, you know, remind you of why you started doing it? So what did you have to do in order to get back there?
So, I mean, we've kind of been doing it together. It's like revisiting the shit from your past that maybe you've kind of like been like, nah, you know what I mean?
I'm done listening to that for a decade or
I've
whatever.
outgrown it or whatever. And
I get
then
a lot of that.
yeah, and then you go back to it and you're like, oh yeah, this isn't that technical, this isn't that like insane, but it's got this like vibe that captured the imagination of a 12-year-old or something, a 9-year-old, and it's just got that thing.
Yeah.
You know, and realizing that it's not about a lot of the things that maybe you thought it was along the way, you know, and like getting to the core of the shit where it's just like with music, a lot of times you're like, I got this fucking feeling, I got something to say, but I don't know how to say it, you know, I don't know how to say it in a conversation, you know, and so the only way I know how to say it is if I like make this guitar loop or this riff or something that makes me feel that thing that I'm trying to say, and then just like, you know, meditate or whatever, like think or feel or whatever you want to call it, the words that go along with it, and then you're like, damn, that says it better than I ever could have, like just by talking, you know. And it's like that is the thing for me, you know.
So that listening to that old music, the stuff you grew up listening to, or just stuff you found along the way throughout your life that you love, or like
both.
what do you go to?
So I mean, like,
here, wait, think about that for a second. I'm gonna check the AC. It's kind of getting hot.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna take some notes.
Yeah, I don't want to get back to the GORCAST screen on here.
All right. Sorry. What are you writing?
I took a note.
Creed. Oh yeah, we were talking about how you fuck with Creed.
Yeah, dude, I fuck with Creed.
Let's expose you right now, dude.
Yeah, it's all good.
You fuck with Creed.
It's not even like a guilty pleasure.
It's just a pleasure.
It's just a pleasure.
With
you know,
under the sunlight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's like their big song.
Yeah,
but they got a lot of
bangers.
A lot of other bangers. And the funny thing about Creed is how fast they blew up back in the day. Not a lot of people know this, but
I don't know.
They released their first album, and they were a bunch of like Florida boys, you know, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And they released their first album, and it like exploded. They weren't signed or anything, and then they got all the record labels clamoring, and then they released their second one, and that's what fucking like really took off with
Arms Wide Open.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Dude, I was just about to say, "Can you take it all away?" But that's not them. That's fucking Puddle of Mud.
Yeah. That's a good song though.
It is.
No, the other
it's that
one,
post grunge era.
The other one I think is how he doesn't. I hope he's not like me. I hope he or no, that's the same song. That's with Arms Wide Open. Sorry. God, they had another one.
No, they got.
I'm gonna look it up.
They got plenty of jams.
Yeah.
And it's just they were one of those bands who I remember when I was 9 and I, you know, begged my dad to get me the CD, and like, I listened to it.
Your dad, your architect father. What the fuck is
like,
my
God
son?
Damn it! Where did I go wrong? You know, I was like, please, Dad.
It's Christian. Higher. Can you take me higher?
Yeah, dude.
Fire, dude.
Higher is fire.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
you got it when you were 9?
Yeah, and I got it when I was 9, and I just kind of like loved it, you know, because it had a thing where I think to a 9-year-olds don't really get like being heartbroken. They don't really get like, I don't know, talking about these streets or anything like that, but they do get the sort of like, you know, like I'm gonna try my hardest or whatever the fuck, you know. It's like, and that's that their message or whatever is the same thing that they kind of get panned for as being corny.
Yeah.
But it's that sort of general like kind of positive but heavy vibe that I think a 9-year-old can really just fucking get into, you know. And so yeah, I just remember it, I thought it was so sick, and then I hated it, you know. Like I hate, just like everyone did, like they just had this like fall from grace sort of thing.
You were not cool if you liked it after a certain point.
Yeah,
right?
it got, because they got so, it goes back to their rise. Like basically they formed, I think they formed as a band, and like 3 years later they played the Super Bowl, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it was like one of those.
Harrison, will you fact check for us?
Yeah, you want to look that up? I don't know. But yeah, they had an astronomical rise, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine 3 years after the Odi is formed.
Yeah. And that, of course, the Scott, my boy Scott.
Scott stopped. Dude.
Scott, dude, of course he was having a hard time.
Of course he was getting hammered.
Of course he was getting hammered and having 3-ways with Kid Rock and stuff.
Did that happen?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Creed's rise to glory. that's what the Google thing finished it.
Oh, dude, Creed Rise to Glory is a movie.
Oh.
That's like Apollo Creed.
How about Creed? How about the band Creed Band Rise or Creed Band?
You could do Creed Band Formation, and then you could look up when they played the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You know
let's
what
do
I
that.
mean?
Let's see, when did they form? Or you could
Yeah.
just look up the wiki probably,
But
Creed began in 94. Okay. 1994. Hang on, we'll read this. In Tallahassee, Florida, founding members vocalist Scott Stapp and guitarist Mark Tremonti had been classmates in high school, and the friends at Florida and
shout out
friends
Florida State.
friends at Florida State, Scott Stapp and Tremonti realized that they had a mutual love for writing music. Okay, so is Creed Mormon? Are they? Everyone in Creed is Christian, but the band said they didn't start playing rock and roll to spread the good word.
The good word.
They didn't start playing rock and roll to spread the good word.
No, and that's another common misconception.
They are
It's
not
like,
a Christian. We are not a
it's
Christian
not
band.
exactly a Christian band.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, look up when did Creed play the Super Bowl? Creed Super Bowl. 2001.
Okay, so it was a little
Still
longer.
though.
So that's what, like 6 years?
Still.
7
Wait, click
years?
that thing down there that says when did Creed play the Super Bowl? I guess I have my own mouse, but okay. Just making sure they didn't do it. Did Creed lip sync the Super Bowl, dude? Super Bowl XXX was an American football
Oh, it was
game.
96.
Oh, so it was
It
96.
It was 2 years.
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Imagine fucking that. They probably didn't even play 20 shows before that. How many shows do you think they
Because
played?
that was in the 90s. Like, you had to grind shows out.
Yeah.
You know, I think they went on tours and everything
Okay.
like that. But,
Interesting.
you know, I think they blew up so huge that it just, like, completely, it would distort anyone's reality,
Yeah.
you know? And, but, you know, so I think that had a lot to do with their downfall. Anybody who rises that fast typically falls in the same fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just kind of how popularity and society seem to work out for a lot of these things. Like, we love tearing people down, kind of a thing. Like, once you see a crack in the armor of someone very successful, you're like, yeah,
Why is that?
let's get him. I don't know.
Is it like an inherent jealousy thing where like people wish they were famous so that they're ready to take down a famous person or popular person right away?
I think that definitely has to have something to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, where they're like, oh, they're doing really well. I could do that. I could have done that if only like this had gone on. You know, and so, and seeing something go really well for somebody on the outside, you only, like with a lot of celebrities, you only see like their successes. You don't see them having like mental breakdowns in the background or whatever.
I was just thinking that like I wish more people were conscious enough to the fact that like being famous is a thing and that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Just
like being a photographer is cool or doing music for a living is cool. It's a cool thing, right? And it's a cool occupation, but then there's a bunch of fucked up shit that comes with being famous, especially when you fucking skyrocket and play the Super Bowl in 2 years. You don't know how to handle it. They were like 20 probably.
Yeah, something like that. They're in their early 20s, you know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And so I don't really think being famous is that cool.
I
you
don't
know?
think so.
It's kind of a watered down commodity these days, you know, where it's like
Yeah.
the people who are famous now, you look at what they did and you're like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
especially
doesn't
the
mean-
TikTok famous people, and it's like no shade to them. Get your bag, and props to you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I don't know if I necessarily wish that I was like when I see Machine Gun Kelly as cool. I'm not even gonna lie. And metal people, you can fucking hate me all you want. You probably secretly like him too and follow his shit too. MGK's got swagger. Okay, he's got fucking pretty boy swag.
Sure.
You know,
Very Very hateable.
Very hateable, but like
Yeah.
I kind of love it because I
Sure.
like to watch like people get mad. Like he
Yeah.
stirs it up, and he's
Yeah.
kind of a piece of shit. Like I love it. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
But it's like they do love to just like
Yeah.
as soon as they fucking can get something. Oh, you see what he did?
Right. Yeah.
You know, and but I don't think that as dope as I think he is, and it's like fun to watch him, you know, be super famous and do crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I guess that'd be like kind of cool to like play giant shows and stuff, but I
That
don't
would
know
be
if I
cool.
want that life where like which pink fur coat am I gonna wear today?
Yeah.
You
The
know?
scrutiny, like the lack of privacy. I feel like, you know, I'm a pretty like private person, and I like a
Yeah.
tight circle kind of a thing.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's kind of why you're doing your kind of persona and your
Yeah.
rap thing, right?
Yeah, it's more like mystique, which I guess this is
the opposite.
peek behind the curtain.
Peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it with me again.
Of
dude.
course, dude.
I thought it'd be good. I guess we can tell people what the fuck you're doing here in Austin.
Oh yeah.
The reason you're
You
here.
want to tell them? You want me to tell them?
I think you should tell them.
Well, so we're me and old Tay right here. We're cooking up. We're gonna be in the kitchen. We're gonna be in the kitchen cooking up some sick bars. Well, I guess you got bars already. Oh,
Not
some
necessarily.
bars.
We're
yeah.
gonna be cooking up bars.
Some bars, some vocal melodies. I'm basically helping you out with the new Bystander material.
You're here. I asked you to come on a rescue mission down here to help me find my voice because we're going to do some clean singing and we're going to get weird with the new Bystander stuff. And I'm so over like the being heavy for the sake of being heavy, and just like I want more emotion in my music, and you know, more emotion on stage when I'm doing, you know, when I'm doing the thing.
Fuck yeah.
And so
I'm all
like
about it.
like you said, and like we've been talking about and doing all day, we're going back and trying to tap into some of that. You know, I've been listening to a lot of Incubus, a lot of Chris Cornell music, a lot of late 90s, early 2000s
Chris
fucking
Cornell.
rock.
Yeah.
Chris had it figured out, dude. Chris just had it all.
He really did.
He had it all. Somebody was telling me that he was voted like recently like the best vocalist in rock. Like
Well,
one of the top
yeah.
3 vocalists in all of rock history.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
Well, and it's so funny because like when you start talking about this shit, it's so easy to start sounding like an old head who's like, "Oh, it was better back then," kind of a thing. And that's not necessarily the point. It's just the point is appreciation.
Yeah.
You know, and like the dude did all of these things, did all these records, like no auto tune. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
could just fucking belt that shit.
Spoon Man.
Yeah, he had the crazy range, you know. Yeah, he's the fucking man. You know, we could go all day about, you know, grunge and the
Right.
Pacific Northwest 90s
Yeah.
scene, but
Lots
that-
of Alice in Chains in the
Yeah.
recent
My
weeks.
big influence.
I know, and that's one of the reasons I thought it needed to be you,
Yeah,
because
fuck yeah. I'm
because
honored.
you're I remember the first time I saw your band, God, it was at the Satyricon in Portland a million years ago. I formed my band right after that, or we formed our band right after that, and it was like 2010 when we did that. So it must have been 2009, 2010.
Crazy.
You were playing Despised Icons farewell tour
Yeah.
in Portland the first time they went away. Now they're
Yeah.
back, but
yeah. Revocation was there too.
dude, I hope someday like you can do that. Like Grim Salvo can
Farewell.
do a farewell
We're
tour,
back.
and
Yeah.
then like 5 years later we're back.
That's
you
the
know?
move.
Yeah, that's the move.
It's a 5-year long farewell tour. Yeah, that's what Black Sabbath just did.
No, they did, but they did like a farewell.
Oh,
They
actual
were
farewell.
They were done for 5 years, and then they came back and they're just dominating again.
Oh, they're back now?
Despised Icon's been back for like 3 years.
Oh no, I was talking about Black Sabbath.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about
Despised Icons back.
Yeah.
Fuck
But yeah, anyway, I saw you do that, and I was like, whoa, it's like death metal with like keyboards and like Alice in Chains singer, because you like sing like
Yeah.
in that style, you
Yeah.
know. And so I
Got a
was like,
lane.
and so I thought that'd be perfect, because like the deathcore stuff doesn't have a lot of. I haven't heard that a lot where like the like rock singing is like mixed in. So we're
Yeah.
gonna play around with it and
Yeah.
figure out what it's supposed to sound like. and
Totally. I think a lot of those
got some
dudes-
ideas already, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited to see like you're gonna coach me. I know you're gonna help
I'm
me.
excited.
You know, tell me what's what sucks, what doesn't,
Yeah.
what could change.
Yeah.
Harmonies, things I don't understand.
Oh, we're gonna get in deep on the harmonies.
I'm gonna be your sous chef, dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
yes, chef.
We
You know?
chef.
Yes, we chef.
We chef.
Yeah.
It's gourmet. But yeah,
yeah.
dude, I'm really fucking stoked to be here.
I'm so happy.
I'm
you're
honored that you.
fucking here, dude.
And dude, I gotta say, I'm so happy for you. Like, just you're thriving.
I'm having fun out here.
You are killing it.
I'm having fun out here.
You are
dude.
killing it.
I'm just partying out here.
Genuinely, like, I'm so happy because I remember, like, you wanted to move for a while, you know,
It's like a year of being
Yeah.
kind of depressed and
yeah.
just like saving up money so I could come down here and fucking have a good time.
We all remember, fucking, you know, COVID in Portland.
COVID
That
in
was a
Portland
rough
was
time.
a lot of people don't understand. Like, unless you were in LA or unless you were
Or
in Seattle or unless you were in Portland, like you don't.
Maybe New York City though too.
And
Probably pretty bad.
New York, we don't understand.
Yeah.
We don't understand. But like, unless you were in one of those hot Chicago, like the
coastal.
really liberal coastal cities,
Yeah.
COVID was rough.
Yeah.
Like it was and it lasted longer where we were than everywhere else. So you're seeing Instagram, you're looking at Fred Durst playing Lollapalooza for 50,000 people,
Yeah.
and everyone's fine. Well, we don't know. Half the media is like everyone got sick, and the other half was like, in a miracle, no one got sick.
No,
and so
all
it's
those
like
people actually died.
every single one.
They're all
dude.
dead. Yeah.
Their Mima passed away.
Right.
No, but like it's just it was a tough time, and you know I just want to have fun, dude. And so it's out here you can have fun. There's just a bunch of people out here having fun and being creative and doing cool shit. And there's like shows every night. I'm doing stand up now, trying.
Dude, so sick.
And it's hard as fuck, and it keeps me grounded and humble. Where, you know, and I've just been talking about this on the podcast, but you know what? I've listened to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of people bring up the same stuff and just kind of get different opinions on it. So we're fucking doing it, doing whatever I want. It's my show,
Fuck yeah, it is.
my show. But no, but like the stand up
You
thing
got a little
keeps
Texan on that.
my show, some bitch, my show. No, but it keeps me like humbled, just like knowing that you suck at stuff, like. You know, a lot. You hear this on like Rogan's podcast and stuff. They talks about like doing martial arts is good because it's good to know that you know you have room to grow with a certain thing. And it's not that I don't think I have room to grow with music, but like it just, you know, as far as physically doing music goes and playing music goes, like for me as the vocalist hype man is basically what I am. It's like. You know, until I throw the singing thing in there, there's not a ton of growth you can do with doing the rah-rah vocals in a metal band. You know, for me, I've been doing it for over a decade, and it's like it's pretty muscle memory, and everyone just kind of tells you you're doing great. You know what I mean?
I
like
mean, you
in
do
music,
have it tuned in. Like you got
I
it
guess,
pretty
but-
fucking dialed.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just saying it's like it's cool to know. I know that I don't suck at that,
Right.
and it's not something that I'm like, oh, like I really need to, you know, oh, I don't know, you know, I need to like learn, I need to get better at this. Like it's not, I don't think of it that way for some reason, you know, and I don't, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm, you know, that's bad, but, and that's going to hopefully change now that I'm all inspired now to do the singing thing. Like that's going to open up a new challenge for me. And that's why we're here. You know what I mean? That's why we're doing this. 'Cause I want to challenge myself more with music. And I think that doing stand-up over the last like 7 months has helped me realize that that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm trying to say.
Fuck yeah.
Is like it's made me realize that like what do I love so much about going to open mics? Oh, it's because it's fucking hard and scary, and I don't know what I'm doing. So it's like, how do we do that with the bystander music?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, the singing is going to open up a whole new
world.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is a
dude.
beautiful voice.
Magic place I never knew.
Oh,
Let's go, dude.
He's got the warble
The
in there.
the Aladdin, dude. Come on, give me some.
No.
Take a look.
No,
Okay.
no, I can't.
No, dude. You have to maintain that hard, dark persona.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually a really hard and angry person. You
I've
really
just been
don't
doing a lot
wanna-
of pills recently. just like
I'm off
cutting
bean
myself
right now, you know. No, I'm a puppy.
You're a good boy, dude.
I'm a golden retriever.
You are. Oh, dude, that reminds me of my
Fucking
dog.
tie.
Dude, let's let these people in on some personal stuff. When my
Alright.
parents got divorced,
Shit, I might cry.
no, don't cry.
Alright.
We'll bink it quick. When my parents got divorced, they didn't know what to do with the dogs. I'm trying to work this into a bit because they were just like, when people are getting divorced, they just, everything becomes assets. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And they're like, dogs, where are they going? I'm not taking them. I can't take them. Don't have a yard.
Right.
Can't have pets at the new apartment.
Yeah.
I guess we'll take them to the shelter. And they were like fucking 12 years old, or like you can't take a 12-year-old dog to a fucking shelter. So I was like, no.
Doggies.
I was like, you're not doing that. Like, I'm gonna find a home, and your fucking parents, shout out again, Barb and Chris,
OGs.
fucking took the dogs on, and that was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, they
Best dogs. They
we love them.
They had the
We love
best
them.
retirement.
They did.
They had the best retirement.
They did.
The
They got to
beautiful
run
yard.
around, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're the best. Maggie
Awesome.
and Titan, dude.
Just goes to show you how close we are. You took my dogs in, dude.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Fuck yeah, man.
But
No,
yeah,
we're
you're
fucking
definitely a golden retriever
Yeah.
for sure. You're a good boy.
I'm a good boy. I
You're a
like
good
to
boy.
think.
Yeah.
I like to think.
You can get a little nasty.
I can snap.
Yeah.
I can snap. You get close to my food. If
Didn't-
you try to pet me while I'm eating, I might fucking yeah, that's the only thing.
Didn't you go through some shit recently where you were like not feeling too good and you had to like pull yourself out of some like, whether it was like creative? I thought you were kind of going through some
yeah.
shit recently.
Yeah,
You don't have to talk about it, but I'm just curious if you if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of started talking about it already as far as the my general funk after. It was just burnout, creative burnout, and kind of like, experiencing the elation of playing these shows that we've been playing. Like we toured the East Coast and played some of the biggest shows we played, and then we went to Europe and played actually some of the biggest shows. Yeah, and like experiencing like how amazing that was, but then also realizing like feeling like an imposter syndrome is also a big thing, because not doing it as a band. I'm so used to being up there and getting every guitar part perfect, and all of a sudden there's no guitar and I just have a microphone.
You're like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, what do I do with my hands? Yeah, that was a legitimate thing where I had to figure it out. Yeah, just casting spells.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Nice.
But yeah, no, and so it definitely threw me for a loop, like because it's just confusing when you're like getting the thing that you've been working for, but then on the inside you don't feel the thing you expected to feel.
Yeah, it's like it's not to say that it's not as good as you thought it would feel.
No.
But it just doesn't. It just immediately you're focused on what's next.
Yeah.
And there's never a moment of like just reveling. Like, did you watch UFC last week?
No.
Sean O'Malley won the belt.
Is that the guy with the pink
hair? Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He won the belt, and he just sat there with his eyes closed for a minute.
Hell yeah.
Right when they announced it, and just soaked it in. And it's like we don't do that enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just like, okay, cool, we're in Europe, so how do we get to fucking Asia? You know what I mean? Or what's next?
Exactly. Or, you're in Europe and you're like, all right, how do I get the merch onto this fucking bus or whatever? It's like these little things and you're just caught up in it. And, like really taking a step back to enjoy stuff. And
It's hard.
It is hard, but it's also like I'm super fucking grateful. Like it's an amazing problem to have, but it just goes to show that life will always continue to unfold, and you're always going to be like in this present moment as like the same person that you've always been. And you think that this external stuff that you're going to get is going to like fix you, it's going to fucking, then I'll be happy. And it's just not how it works,
Right.
And so it's like what I did, I had to kind of like step away a little bit. I did like the whole move, I did like a whole
That helped,
reset. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Big time. Like so much of it was just like my surroundings and feeling like I had outgrown them, It was just sort of the same thing that I've been doing for fucking ever.
Because you get back from Europe and you're like,
well,
you had already decided you were going to move, right?
So I moved in January.
Okay.
And Europe was in May.
Okay.
So this was really when I got back from that East Coast tour last year.
Right.
And at that point I had pretty much decided that I was going to move. I already knew what was going on, but it was still like hard to wrestle with, you know what I mean? And and so just the you know, when you go through any sort of like writer's block, or like you feel like the stuff you're making just isn't that good, and that's your whole game, that's your whole thing, that's your whole identity, it's like the entire floor is taken out from underneath you, and you're like, I'm a fucking worthless human being. I don't know if I can, like, I can change a light bulb, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I can't. Can I write some shit again?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Am I fucked?
Yeah.
Did I just put everything out that I had in my brain?
Yeah, and you know, it's all about weathering that process and just being like, I know it'll happen, and I'm gonna go live life and have experiences, because then I'll, like, my soul or whatever will be fed by these experiences, you know. But yeah, that's the main thing I was going through, which was just kind of like a, you know, what do you call
like
it?
Where do we go from here kind of thing, or
it was just more like dissonance. Like there was a
complacency,
dissonance.
or no?
Not even complacency, like, because I was still trying to work as hard as I could, you know. But it was just this dissonance of like, all this good shit is happening, and yet I haven't been like actually taking care of myself in all of the proper ways that you are supposed to take care of yourself, you know. Like, shout out Joe Rogan.
Right,
you know
exercise
what I mean?
and eating right, and
sleeping and stuff.
good.
Like, I was still just like running it like I was 20, you know. And I love to just stay up late and be on the computer, and then like wake up and not eat breakfast and just drink coffee and get back on there and fucking, you know,
it's
just
not sustainable.
It's not, and that's how you get burnout. And you're just like, what the fuck is any of this even for? You know.
So you think that's how you avoid the creative block, is like just by taking care of yourself, and then it kind of heals the machine.
I think
it greases the gears a little bit.
I think it's like an essential part of maintenance. You know what I mean? It's an essential ingredient, but then going out and doing what you're doing, which is like challenging yourself, you know, new experiences, new people, new surroundings, new challenges. To show yourself like, oh, I can still just like operate as a human being in this world. I can figure out, oh, my car broke down. I can figure out what to do about that. I can, you know, change this fucking tire. I don't know, just like straight up experiences in the world. You know, I think that those are the most valuable thing. And then you get back to the creative space and you're like, oh, you know, there's a whole world out there. Like, the stakes aren't that high here. I do this for fun, you know?
Yeah. That's important as well.
And so, yeah, it was,
I think that's another reason that, like, I wanted to do this change up thing with the music too. It's just because it's not that it wasn't fun for me anymore, but I wasn't approaching it through a let's have fun lens. Like, I'm approaching it through like a book project lens. Like, I have to get this done. I have to get this homework done so that the band isn't mad at me, so that we can release shit, so that we can tour, so that we can try to get another big tour. And then we went out on the Boo tour, and that was fucking amazing. It was scary. It was hard. It was cold. We crashed the van.
Glad
it was
you guys
like,
are alive.
glad I'm alive. And then, like, you know, I think I had major burnout when I got back from that. And I was just kind of like, what else can I do? Like, that's why I started doing I guess I started in December of last year, so but I didn't start going regularly until maybe I got back from the tour and picking up the podcast and doing stuff that I love to do. And then, like, through that, somehow finding, like, reminding myself that, like, there is a way to do music that I love, right? And then, like, figuring out how to do it more fun, you know, in a way that prioritizes the fun and not, like, all the other bullshit. You know, like, I don't care if my agent or the just distributor person deal we have, like, I don't care that they need music. This is about me. This is about the boys. This isn't about anything else than fucking making music and having fun. And then once you can get back to that, then you can, like, start to, I don't know, conquer what's next. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like, it's weird how that shit works.
Yeah, because I mean, like, the machine gets built up around you. Once it becomes like a business, it's like this apparatus that you got to keep going. It involves all sorts of stuff that is not creative, taxes. You know, shit like that. And so it's hard to, like, balance that with getting into, like, the fun space where, you know, when we were all younger, we didn't, like, give a fuck. We just, like, knew we were gonna blow up, kind of.
We just wanted to play shows.
We just wanted to play shows.
I think that's what it was. Because it starts by going to shows. When did you know that you wanted to, like, be on stage?
Oh, I mean, you know, just
do you remember? I kind of remember when I decided that I wanted to do it. I was at the Satyricon, and it was like a Ghost Inside show, I'm pretty sure.
Sick.
And there was a moment where during like one of the big songs where people were like jumping up on stage and crowd surfing, and then he wanted to take a drink of water, and I was up there like gonna crowd surf, and he handed me the microphone and like turned around and got a drink of water, and I was like, it might have been the first time I ever did vocals.
Damn.
It was like a tiny little Ghost Inside show before they blew up.
Sick.
But I remember like being like, I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
Like that fucking felt good. That feels better than getting punched in the face in the mosh pit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, when do you think you want to? Do you have a moment, if you can try to trace it back to like when you were like, I want to do that. I want to go on stage.
You know, I formed my first like band for like a talent show when I was like 9, and we would play like Nirvana and Offspring covers and stuff.
Sick, dude.
You know, yeah. Yeah, dude. And yeah, but you know, even before that, I would like get on stage at my parents had this counter at home, and I would get on it and like lip sync to fucking Pavarotti.
I don't know what that is.
He's an opera singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they would play it and be like, ah, da, da, and I'd be up there like, you know, and I was like,
so the classic
5.
kid doing cute shit in front of the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
classic.
Totally. And
You would.
Yeah, I did. I was a
Classic.
ham.
You were a ham, dude.
I've always been a little ham.
Oh, that's Spencer Linn. He's gonna be famous one day.
I mean, I don't know if anyone said that, but I definitely probably got some like positive reinforcement from it, you know. And I would dick around on the piano at my grandparents' house, you know, and then they'd be
so
like,
much fun.
Yeah. And they would, you know, of course, or they had the player piano where you press a thing and the keys move automatically. It plays an amazing song, and I pretend that I'm playing it.
Nice.
You know? And so it's really just been like, as 5, I don't know. And I was just like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You
were
know?
faking it till you make it.
Basically.
With that fucking
to
piano.
me, yeah, exactly.
The lip syncing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I have to actually figure out how to do something.
Yeah.
But.
And then when did you learn how to play guitar again? Like, I remember you told me before, but
like 8 or 9, yeah.
8 or 9
was when I got my
Sick.
first guitar, and then I was like playing in my room, and I was like, this sounds so good, you know?
Yeah.
And it didn't,
Bum,
you know?
bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum,
dude.
bum, bum.
Yeah.
Everyone's first guitar song.
Dude, I remember the first song I wrote with a band, and it was like you know, our parents were like, oh, it's so cute. They're having like a play date, a little band play date, and the guitar part went do 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 do, and the bass was like boom 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 boom, and we started doing it at the same time. I was like, oh shit, dude! I remember that feeling. I was like,
Done,
dude.
Yeah.
Like Dad, check this out. You know,
Yeah, throw those college dreams in the trash,
yeah,
Mom.
Yeah,
This is never happening for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I caught the bug.
Academics.
Yeah, I got this hit.
Yeah,
this hit on
we
my
make
hands.
hits, Mom. What do
Yeah.
I do for a living when I'm older? I make hits.
We make hits.
We make hits.
But so yeah, and then I was just like, you know, there was some like butting heads with my parents because I was like, no, obviously this is it. Like, just let me do this. This is my life.
gonna make it.
The band's gonna make it, Mom.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a cliche.
They did though. You guys did make it. You're making it right now.
We're trying to keep continuing to make it, and but yeah, man, it's a wild journey, and you've been along.
Been
like
here for a long time, dude.
Yeah, you've
we
been
used
here
to
the whole
fall.
time.
We used to fall asleep on the couch, high as shit, with our mouths open, 12 years ago, watching this actual TV.
Yeah.
This TV right here is my old TV.
Still got some weed resin on it to this
Still
day.
does. Has a little, if you scrape it up, you can get a bowl off of a resin bowl, dude.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I won't, dude, because
Yeah.
I know you can't hold your weed anymore.
Dude, I can't. It's just like, it's such a cliche when you get older.
It really is, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I can't. I like to smoke it because I like to put myself in that like fucked up mental state and like think about dumb shit I said in 08. You know what I mean?
dude,
Like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, I really hurt that person's feelings.
Yeah, exactly. She thought I was an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really messed it up with that one girl a million years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it doesn't matter, but I'm high. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the cringe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all of my life's cringe.
The cringe is so strong.
But then it makes me like I have stages of getting baked where like I'll smoke smoke weed, and I'll be like, cool. And then the anxiety hits, and I'm like, and I start worrying about like dumb shit I said in 08, and then like, I don't know why I always say 08. It's not a real year that I said
flows
dumb
off
shit.
the
But
tongue really
it does,
nice,
yeah. But dumb shit I said in 08, and then I start panicking about all the shit that I could and should be doing that I'm not doing, right?
Of course.
So all the photos I probably should be editing, or oh fuck, and like looking at my text, oh god, and then I'll look at like my most recent like Facebook post, because I'll check the notifications, and I'll be like, oh my god, that's so stupid. Why did I post that? That's so dumb. You know what I mean? And like I might hide it. I'll fucking hide a post. I'll post some shit feeling good in the morning, and then I'll look at it and be like, what the fuck were you thinking? High me does not approve of anything that sober me posts.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'll look at it the next day and I'll be like, you know,
It's
it's whatever. Like, it's fucking social media. But when you're high, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
How is the world gonna perceive me? You know what I mean? Like, and then after that stage, when that stage is in full blown chaos in my head,
spiraling,
I start cleaning.
Oh.
I clean shit.
That's actually very
like a
healthy.
crackhead.
Oh.
Like I start cleaning my. I start. No, not really, but I'll clean the dishes, and then I'll feel good. I'll be like, I did some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can like conquer my day, and
Yeah.
then there's like a little bit of that stoned weed buzz still, and like we're good. But so once we make it through the anxiety phase and we're on to the dish phase, the doing dishes phase, or the cleaning the house phase, that's where it's good. But it's like that's my process. So when you ask if I want to smoke weed, it's like not with you at this party. No. I'll smoke weed in my house and go through the motions.
Sure.
You know, it's kind of like a meditative process for me.
Absolutely.
Because it's good to kind of worry about how you're perceived a little bit. Like it's good to be self-aware to a certain extent.
I think so.
You know what I mean? And like,
not to the point where it stifles you. You can't say anything, but like,
it's good to worry about how what you say and do affects other people. And like, you know, I feel like it does kind of make you a little bit better, maybe better of a person when you have those. Some people, it's funny too. I feel like a lot of the people that like are like, I don't smoke weed, dude. Like a lot of my friends that, nope, not me. I never will. They kind of some of them need some of that me time.
That little knock.
Some of them could
knock
use
at the door.
Some of them could use a little of that me time, and they just hate it. They can't be alone with their thoughts like that.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got like 15 years worth of like weird shit that you've been doing, if you've been kind of on autopilot or something, you know, and then you're like, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, because it gives you those moments where you like wake up and you're like, I have hands, you know, and then so beyond that, you're like, where do I work? Yeah, you know, like,
why am I been at this bar for or like why have I been working at this restaurant for so long?
I don't feel appreciated by my boss. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm worth so much more than this. My potential is so much greater.
That hurt my feelings.
But those thoughts are good to have. But they suck. It's hard to have.
Well, that's why, you know, people avoid them.
Yeah,
and I think we all do. You know,
you go to some therapy?
I have. I was doing it before I moved.
Okay.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you learn from therapy that you're willing to share with us?
I learned like primarily the avoidance factor of like, you know, avoiding self-reflection, being like really busy, hopping from one social thing to another, you know, just constantly trying to chase some sort of high. It doesn't have to be like a drug, but like, you know, avoiding that time of self-reflection that we're basically talking about right now. You know, that shit doesn't go away. It just builds up. You know, it's within you. And you just got to be able to like check in and be like, you know what? Like, that didn't make me feel good, you know, or something like that. And it can just be something so simple as like that interaction. Like, man, I've been carrying this for 5 years. And, you know, I should have just in the moment just said like, hey, dude, like, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something simple. And just realizing,
because you're a nice guy, so you would you'll let shit go if something bugged you. You wouldn't want to start like a conflict about it. Or something.
It takes a lot for me to like actually like
the fuck you say?
Yeah, bark at somebody. I'm a lot more likely to just be like, all right, like, you know, kind of fuck you. But
you'll log it. Okay.
Yeah, or I'll try to just like let it slide off. like
Right.
water, like it doesn't faze me, you know.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, you know, it did, you know. I've been
Actually,
phased.
yeah.
And so it's just like being able to like admit that shit and then just being like okay with yourself,
Yeah.
you know, after that, and just be like, it doesn't mean I'm like a fucking pussy, like, you know. There's
And if you bring some shit up and say, hey man, I don't like how you said that
Yeah.
or whatever, that doesn't make you an asshole either.
right, exactly, yeah. So that was a big thing, you know, just being, you know, just like self-awareness, but like on the emotional scale, because it's so easy, I feel like, especially as a dude, to just kind of like barrel your way through, and you're like, all right, I can like, you know, I can get pissed, or I can like make a joke out of it, and those are like the two things that I'm like the most comfortable expressing. But like vulnerability and like sadness and stuff like that, it's like hard, you know, because you know, you don't want someone to see you in that point. You're just afraid of getting hurt, you know. It's all just from fear and sadness. Like I learned that anger is almost always a secondary emotion, you know.
I learned that in therapy too.
Yeah, it's so valuable because
It's
I mean,
covering up another emotion basically, or it's a
defense.
it's a reaction to like another emotion. Yeah, I don't know how to put it into words right now, but yeah, it's basically like a defense mechanism, or it's something that it's a reaction to, like, I'm sad about this, so I'm mad. You know what I mean, or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, yeah, and it's usually sadness is like the thing that, or like disappointment, something that's like softer.
Yeah.
You know, than anger, because anger, it feels like, oh, I can do something with this anger, with this energy. I can be like, hey, you don't fucking say that to me. You know what I mean? And then the other person's like, duh, because they're on a different planet.
Yeah.
You know, also realizing other people and their worlds, they're not like doing stuff to you.
And who knows where that person is on their like internal mental emotional journey.
They're tripping about something else.
Right.
That has to do with them, probably.
Yeah.
You know. And so yeah, that a lot of valuable shit, and I want to get back into it because you know, I moved and all that sort of shit.
Seems like the key to therapy, and I haven't been in years. I went through a lot of intense therapy like pretty young, because I went to that like wilderness therapy program thing, which I'm trying to talk more about like in comedy, and because it's kind of funny. Yeah. And like in
that's good fodder.
Yeah, and in like the podcast and stuff, it's like me and Harrison ripped a late night. We were drunk. We ripped a podcast over here.
A quick pod.
Because it's like we're here. It's 2 a.m. We're drinking, and it's like, let's just record this. You know, it's fun to have this place. But
fuck yeah.
It's like my parents sent me to this fucking wilderness therapy program, and like we would do campfire sessions every night. Like every night we'd hike all day, make dinner by ourselves at our camp. That was the thing. You had to like, you couldn't talk to each other really unless you were at camp having the meeting. Yeah. And like the first thing they did was everyone went through and told their life story from when they were born to when they ended up here. And some of those people's, it was quick and it took one night. Some of them took 3 days, and we're like, all right, well, we'll stop and we'll get the rest of Ashley's story tomorrow. Wow. And remember, Ashley, you picked up, you were, you know, in 5th grade, this and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like we went through everyone's life story that took like a week to get through everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like why do you think you ended up here was like the goal of that. Right. How did we get here? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then from there, it was just kind of like working on different things and different subjects and topics each night. I can't really remember a lot of it. I have journals still from like that whole thing. I haven't looked at them, but maybe I should just kind of tap back into that. But I feel fortunate that I went through a lot of therapy stuff early on. Kind of my parents like nipped it in the bud. Sure. And I think it helps me understand better what other people are going through. Oh, he probably doesn't know that anger is a secondary. He's just kind of lashing out at me because he's upset about something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it like makes me, I think be a little, you know, and you don't want to do too much of that because it's like, you know, then you're like pretending you're an armchair psychologist or whatever. But it's like
people's heads and shit.
No, and it's not even worth saying to them. Right. You know what I mean? Like they kind of have to figure that out on your own, but you cannot personalize something, you know, you can understand what people are going through a little better. Yes. I think once you've gone to some therapy. Yeah. It's weird how it works. But I think the key is like getting in before you need it, right? It's like, it's almost like doing, like working out. Like you can't be like, oh, I have diabetes, I need to start going to the gym. You know what I mean? Like that's it's kind of like the same thing with your brain.
Yeah.
And your emotions. It's like you got to do the work before you
got to do the work
before you need it.
But that's the thing is like a lot of people aren't going to do it. Like even with myself, I didn't do it until like I needed it.
Yeah.
At that point, you know what I mean? And so it's like you might need to get to that cuz the only way that it's really going to work is if you work at it. If you're like I want to be here, no one's like telling me that I have to do this.
Especially as an adult.
As an adult, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And like that honestly sounds so sick as a kid. Like I think that we should all do that as adults like once a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like imagine if everyone just did that, like went to the woods for a month, couple months or something, I don't know, and just hiked and just no phones, no screens, just talk to each other.
This was like before phones even.
Right.
Like flip phone era.
Oh yeah.
The
golden era.
The golden era.
Yeah.
Dude.
We should have just stopped right there. I'm a bit of a Luddite sometimes.
Yeah, do you have a flip phone?
No, I've been threatening to get a flip phone.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Quit bugging me. I'll get a flip phone. You'll never hear from me again.
Yeah.
You'll never see shit from me again.
Yeah. Just a text.
You're almost famous enough. You can hire somebody to run your social media accounts, and then you can just get a flip phone.
I don't think I am.
And then you'll be like that guy that they talk about on like Dave Attell. Like Dave Attell doesn't have a cell phone. He just has a flip phone.
Does he have an Instagram account that someone runs?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not on it.
Yeah, for sure. No. That sounds sick. That is a goal.
That is the goal,
That
dude.
is a goal.
Get that famous.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool thing about being famous if you can get it. But yeah, I don't know. I think all that stuff is really good, really healthy. Anyone who's into like health, where it's like fitness, it's like therapy's to me. Yeah, it's just the flip side of that coin. And if you go in and you can talk about all that stuff and you find the right person, it's all about like the match. That's why, dude. There's so many terrible therapists out there.
Shitty one.
There's so many terrible ones out there.
Dude, I had a shitty woo-woo therapist.
Dude, you think about all the people from your high school who went to get psychology degrees, and you're like, ugh. You know what I mean? You know, you're like, fuck. Like, she did? Like, I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be rough if she was like...
Check yourself first.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
And so there's some bad ones out there. Yeah. And so it's like, that's part of the process. I definitely went through 2 before finding someone good, you know?
We'd be good therapists, dude. For, like, troubled youth.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know, because sometimes I got to work on my patience.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm like nice and everything, like sometimes I'm like, if it crosses a point, you know, I check out.
They'd go in to see Dr. Linn, and you'd be like, quit being a fucking pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, but I'd say like, have you thought about how you're kind of a little bitch most of the time? And has this occurred to you?
And your voice is really fucking annoying.
Your voice hurts my ears.
Yeah. Don't tell your mother I said that.
Yeah, don't tell your mother. No, tell your mother I said that. Yeah, exactly. Tell her I want her to know.
Keep those co-pays coming.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I can. It's a tough job because it's like they got to shoulder all this shit.
That's
they hear.
weird.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they can't give a fuck. They
Yeah.
can't give a fuck, really, right?
Well, but they have to like do both.
You have to have this magical balance of like not giving a shit and giving all the shits, right? Like they care so much, but then they're like, okay, next, you know,
dude, yeah.
Next, please.
Well, I always imagine like I would imagine like, damn, they have to like take some kind of like mental shower in between,
Something.
you know, because like some lady's talking about, and that's when, you know, he touched me and stuff, and you're like, fuck, you know, and then you're just like, okay, I got Mr. Crowley in 10 minutes, you know. I don't know.
I feel like it must live in the notebook, and they completely forget about it, and then they get in and they who's next? Okay, Mr. Crowley, and they start flipping, you know, flip through, and they go, oh Jesus Christ! Like they have to like get back. Oh fuck, I forgot.
Get back into the next one where they left off.
What did this guy do with his dog? Oh my god!
Why did he do that?
Why did he tell me about it?
Let me flip through the fucking DSM here to see if there's any literature on this.
Exactly.
You know? And like fuck. So it just seems like a tough job. So.
I had this woo-woo therapist my mom was trying to get me to go see before I was like sent to the thing. And she wasn't a bad person, but I just hated her as a 17-year-old like metal kid, fuck you, you know?
Totally, yeah.
She was like, hi, Taylor. Her name was Leslie. I'm Leslie. And she did this thing that was like some subconscious thing where she would go, okay, give me your wrists.
No way.
Yeah, so she would go, give me your wrist, and she goes, I'm gonna put my hand on your pressure points, and when you say something that's true, like you do this reflexive, like it's like a lie detector kind of thing. She goes, so let's try it, and she goes, so you're wearing a blue shirt. What? And then like you would kind of like, you know, do a thing or whatever, like, yeah. And then she would like twitch. Yeah, and she goes, okay, you're wearing a green shirt, and then it would be different. Right? It was some weird thing that's like, I barely remember this, but she was like...
She lie detectored you?
It was like some weird, like...
Reiki energy?
And her cold hands. She had these cold witch hands. and her house smelled like... Or her office smelled like an Elmer's restaurant. You know, like old people. Like it just smelled like old...
That's not what I thought.
Smelled like a retirement home.
I thought it'd be like patchouli oil or something like that.
I wish, dude. No, it was really weird.
Damn.
She had a bunch of like Beanie Babies everywhere, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Beanie Babies.
It's like, I just want to listen to Horse the Band and you know, fucking get drunk.
Spin kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, there's
I
some
feel
duds.
like we've come a long way.
Absolutely.
You know?
We both really have.
I feel like there's a lot of places we could be mentally and physically.
Oh yeah.
And we're in a good spot.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing something from Jordan Peterson, you know, he was like fucking.
That's a really good Jordan Peterson.
You've got to, you know, you've got to clean your asshole, you know, because it's probably really dirty.
But I remember him saying,
about how many times you defecate.
yeah, dude. It's just like Kermit the Frog.
You have to give me some more Jordan.
Oh shit.
Well, you know, it's really like it's bloody wrong.
That's such a good Jordan Peterson.
You know? It's bloody not right. And so, you know, we're really gonna have to turn it around, you know.
I don't fucking know. But he was saying some shit where he said, like, you know, when you have those relationships that are like continuous through your life, you know, that it's, I mean, we all know it's like one of the most valuable things you can have because it gives your life path like a sense, like this narrative, like
context.
Context, like it anchors you, you know, where you can like still look at this person and be like, dish pit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't forget that's like where you came from, because, you know, some people, they'll move or whatever is very common, and you're just like, I'm leaving all that fucking behind me, which I get, you know, like that makes sense. But you know, if you can have those things that are like continuous through your life, even though, you know, it turns into like a family member situation sometimes where you like look at this person, you're like, you motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like with bandmates or anything like that, you know. But it's still like so valuable,
right?
You know.
No, it's important to have those friends that like, it's like picking up where you left off.
Yeah.
Like you, it's like we've probably gone, I mean, maybe you're a bad example because I think we've stayed pretty close. Even now is probably the most time we've spent apart since we were like 17, 18 or something. Yeah. I think I met you when you were how old? How old would that have been?
I mean, that show.
2009. Like when we graduated. We were both graduated from high school. Or no, you're 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, I graduated in 2011, so I was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like 18. But we've been hanging out with 16-year-old boys, dude.
Yeah, dude.
No, but we were that's fucked up. I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'm not gonna riff on that anymore. No, but it's like we've been hanging out forever, dude.
Yeah.
And now you've always been one of those guys that even if we take a couple months and don't see each other, it's like, fuck, where's Spinny? We need to hang out, and then it's just like picking up where you left off, you know. But
absolutely, man. Cheers.
And
to
then
that.
there's Peep cheers to that. Liquid Death cheers to that.
Death cheers to that.
This podcast is brought to you by Liquid Death. It's fucking water in a can. Makes you look really cool.
Dude, I read this thing on, not to like plug it too hard or whatever, but I read the thing on the side for the first time.
Read it to us in the Jordan Peterson voice.
When a group of teenagers set off into the mountains for a weekend of drinking regular water in plastic bottles, they became hunted by an aluminum can of mountain water. that was dead set on murdering their thirst and recycling their souls.
I gotta do the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
No.
Once cracked open, no thirst is safe from liquid death. After ritually dismembering its thirst victims, this brutal can of water used the severed body parts of dead thirst to build itself a flesh suit. Which
Fuck, I'm losing it.
Which it used as a disguise to get a job in marketing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. I never read this thing. I was like, holy shit.
It's bloody water.
It's bloody water. I tasted it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That was impressive.
Thank you, sir. I was really cracking towards the end. I'm trying to think of what other impressions I got. If I was a comic, I'd just do straight impressions.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But I got I think I got a good Biden. You should give me those sunglasses. Give me those sunglasses. All right. We got one China. We got two China. We got North Korea. We got South Korea, and there are two Koreas. All right. Back in my day, we had one Korea. All right. Whoa. And you think about it, and there's been one Korea the whole time. All right. That's my.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's very good.
Thank you. Wait. All right. Throw me one more. Let me see if I can just do one.
Dude, give me a Rick Rubin real quick since you're wearing the glasses. He's hard.
Rick Rubin?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's like sometimes you create things.
Music is a lot like water. Where on the first sip, you think, what's this? And then after a full glass, you're full. I don't know. What does he sound like?
I don't know. He's such a legend.
He is a legend. I love Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
I'm just he doesn't really have a voice.
No. I'm trying to think of another good impression
It's hard.
for you.
I don't really fucking know, but I like doing that. I like to try to be
Can you do Trump since you did Biden?
So many people out here think that I'm bad, but I'm not. I'm really one of the best people.
I don't know. I feel like Trump is so
I came out here. I said, "Wow, there's so many people."
Yeah,
out here.
wow, so many people out here. You do the thing.
Yeah.
I learned from Shane Gillis.
Yeah,
Wow,
Shane Gillis.
so many,
Yeah, Shane gave us the formula.
the hack. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I can't do RFK though.
There's how many people do you know who've swam in the Hudson River?
I can't do it.
Dude,
It's hard.
Yeah, I don't want to get political, but
No, please, no.
dude,
I don't
actually,
want to.
let's talk about this though.
Okay.
Let's talk about this.
Right.
We are, I think we walk around thinking, every day on a normal given year that the internet's a pretty rough, toxic
I'm
place.
cracked out, by the way.
Oh yeah, I would we got work to do. I'd put that over there and just save that.
Yeah, I haven't drank
look
coffee.
at mine.
I know. I looked at yours. I'm like, God damn.
See, I know it's fucking.
All right,
But
I'm
I feel
sorry.
no, it's good to have the energy. We're having a great pod.
I'm locked in.
I feel like people just generally are like, yeah, the internet's fucking toxic. It's a fucked up place. But we are moving rapidly into an election year. And the internet is going to get so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's going to get so ruthless. Friends are going to be enemies. Families are going to be torn apart by tweets and Facebook posts. It's going to be 2020 again, but maybe even worse. Just election-wise.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, but and maybe I'm just pushing back, but I've been checked out.
Okay.
So as someone who's been kind of checked,
I am too. I think everybody is.
I think most people are pretty checked out. I know
Yeah.
there's some people who still try to bring it up and stir the whole pot, but
We also live in places that are much less politicized now.
that is true. Yeah.
Portland is a very political place.
Yeah, it's really cool with the Southwest in general. It's got that old school thing of you don't talk politics.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's like the shit our parents'
What are you
generation
talking
did.
about?
They had that figured out. The Boomer generation had the. I remember Dave Chappelle has a classic, famous bit from his first special on how white people will tell you you ask them who you're voting for, and they go, whoa, Dave. You don't ask me who I'm voting for.
Yeah.
So I was fucking my wife in her ass. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell you everything about their life, but not who they're voting for. Whoa, easy. Hey, we don't talk about that. They had that figured out.
Yeah.
And that there was so much less because they didn't have social media to post about, I think Biden, I think Trump, you know what I mean? It's like, it's all so stupid. It's like everyone's watching the dumbest show ever, and they have their, like, I think this guy's going to die. I think this character. It's like, guys, it's all a charade. It's all fucked.
And I mean, I would like to think that at least some people have, like, learned a little bit. I know it's so silly and optimistic, but I just think that all of that shit was so, like, terrible for everybody that I would like to think that there's people out here who, like, they're just gonna vote how they're gonna vote, and they're not gonna try to, like, change their family's mind at Thanksgiving again,
right?
The
interesting thing is, like, we are at an interesting stalemate, I think, on, like, the party lines. If you think about this way.
All right, we're getting a little deep right now.
We're not going to talk politically, but
right.
because, like, I don't all this stuff. I'm just saying, generally speaking, it's like they just wanted to get Trump out, right? Like, this side just thank you, sir.
This is
Harrison,
man,
dude. Fucking dude, young Harrison over here, dude.
I see what he's doing. He's fueling the flames right now.
He wants to get that fucking number. He's coming for Tony, dude. Tony, look, you better get that car fixed, son. You better get that car fixed,
We start
son.
talking, like, a little bit of politics.
No,
it's like, I'm getting more beer.
All I'm saying, like, tell me if I'm wrong here, and it's okay to, like, nobody's taking any sides here, but like, I hate all politicians equally, but they're all cronies. But it's like the one side, they hated Trump forever, and they wanted him to lose so bad that they picked this fucking old geriatric guy, and that is not going well. That's looking really bad. Yeah. And so you've got, like, two complete loser sides. Yeah. And so we're going into this new thing. So maybe it's a little different now, because it's not so much like, because they're not necessarily like, get rid of Biden. Like, the Biden people that voted for Biden are like, let's not get Biden. And then the crazy Trump people are still like, we need him. He's coming back. You know what I mean? He's actually on August 5th, he's going to be crowned the president again. Like, the crazy QAnon people. Sure, yeah. And it's like, we are in a different landscape, but I think it's going to be just like when, a new technology comes out, when the new iPhone comes out, and it's like, whoa, it's so cool. Or like the new Tesla car comes out, and it's like, whoa, so cool. I think the next election year, the 2024 version, is going to be just another level of toxicity.
I hope not.
I hope not too, but I think we can do better as a society.
I will say I'm into RFK.
Yeah.
RFK Jr.
Oh, now you got one sip of Sapporo, and he's one sip of Sapporo, and he's taking sides.
I'm not taking sides. I'm into his whole thing.
I don't know anything about him.
All right. Well,
I know he went on Rogan. So I'm like, no, right. But I know he went on there. He's just so hard to listen.
Yeah, that's
that's what you have to do.
That's good, dude. That's really good.
I don't want to make fun of it.
Good.
I
know. I'm
because I like history, it'd kind of be dope to see another Kennedy.
Yeah.
Let's mix it up. Let's put an old school greatest hits back on.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they couldn't assassinate him, right? It'd be too obvious.
Well, they did his uncle and his dad.
Imagine the balls you have to have. They killed my uncle and
they're not giving him Secret Service.
What?
I don't want to get into it.
All right.
I don't want to I can fucking go in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not.
All right. Actually, that brings me to something else.
Okay. Cool.
Let's change the subject. I'm going to show you some stuff that How long we been going, Harrison?
147.
My dog. And we're just getting into the clips, baby.
Zooming by.
It's fun. That brings me to this guy that I found. So, I've been trying hard to dig deep and find the deepest, darkest depths of TikTok.
Oh, fuck.
And I found this guy. He is a big, he's privy to a lot of information. He knows a lot.
Okay.
I'm
going to learn something.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all will.
All right, beautiful.
Ideally. And I love how he starts okay, I'll get into it in a minute.
Right.
Fuck, this table's mouse is like wet from the condensation from the ice cold beers that our boy Harrison brought us.
Man.
Okay. Let's rewind this.
Darren J. Moore. This is Darren J. Morris. And the number one sleeper in HIV and STD and ulcers and STD is because you need to douche and gargle your mouth with peroxide so you don't get ulcers or herpes around your lip or on your tongue. You have to gargle with peroxide daily and douche with apple cider vinegar. You have to do it every time you have sex so you can be discharged all the chemicals and DNA that you have. You will keep some of the DNA, but you won't keep all of it.
Oh, shit.
Because too much DNA can make you really, really sick. And you can have morning sicknesses, and it can turn into COVID.
Oh,
Dude. He has so much scientific information, dude.
dude, I don't think he blinked that whole time.
that's what. No, he doesn't. You'll find that he doesn't blink because there's too much information going through his brain.
So did he say?
He said that he claims that if you want to get rid of all STDs and all HIV, every time you have sex, you have to douche your mouth and rinse your mouth with hydrogen peroxide followed by apple cider vinegar, and that STDs can turn into COVID. So now we know so much.
Dude, do you like how now I have glasses? I can like push them up. Like,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. So here's another one. Since we're on the topic of like government conspiracies and stuff, he knows a lot of stuff.
This is Darren J. Morris.
Can I say I like how he says everything like they're gonna come kill him? Like he says his name in the beginning of every. If you find this video, they have already come for me.
Yeah, I'm already dead.
This is Darren J. Morris.
Yeah,
I really am excited about this guy. I think he's the future. I think he knows so much. He has a lot to teach us. Let's see what this one says.
Tapped into some secret government information that woke me up while I was asleep. And the Daegu virus and West Nile virus is similar to COVID.
Okay.
They're all malaria viruses. They're both similar to COVID. So how you would treat the Daegu virus and West Nile virus is the same how you would treat a malaria virus.
What's it?
They are similar to COVID, and yes, we are messed up.
All right. I mean,
I vibe with him on that. We are messed up.
What's the goo virus?
Daegu? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh.
I just love his authoritative stance.
Yeah.
Like he's
spitting the facts.
He has found some information and he is sure that it is the facts.
Absolutely.
We're messed up really bad. These mosquito bites are similar to COVID.
Dude, it's the not blinking. It's the not blinking that really, because he's not even trying. He's just like zoned in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
19. So that is the warning. And I'm out. And I love you all.
Shout out. Shout out, dude.
Right, he's just trying to educate the people.
He's just trying to fucking save the world, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, God, we have another good political one, too. Here's the last one from our boy Darian. For now, I'm going to get some new clip. Darian's awesome, dude. Yeah, I hope he calls into the podcast someday and talks to us. That thing hooks up to his cell phones. You can do calls.
What?
Yeah, this is a good one.
That's tight.
I can also talk to the dead. And
Whoa. Coming out strong.
Bro.
I can talk to people that has perished. Through their music, I can talk to them and question them. I can be my own private investigator if I wanted to.
Dude.
Hell yeah.
He is fucking based.
Yeah.
He fucking knows shit.
He's something.
I know a lot of information, man.
Dude, he fucking does. That's how it ends?
That's how that one ends.
Dude.
This is you right now. So shout out to our boy Darian. No, obviously no shade. I would love to see more from Darren.
I want to know more.
I want to know more
I'm
about
intrigued.
him. I'm just very interested in like. I want to hear
He's
his.
so serious. I would love to like get him a little relaxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be like, all right, break down.
Yeah.
What
just
are you talking about? You gotta
where did you find this
You
information?
gotta put the pieces together for me.
Right. This is you today.
Don't typically let me drink coffee. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because now my husband has to deal with me all the way home and we still have another 3.5 hours left.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. They don't let me drink coffee. That's good.
I'm reaching for it again. No, don't
All right.
do it.
And since we were talking about slimeball politicians, I have this really good one. I'm not sure.
Is that Mitt?
This is Mitt Romney. Senator? Is he a senator now?
I don't know.
Previous past political presidential candidate.
Yeah.
I think he ran against Obama, right?
Obama.
So he's got a message for everybody. And, I think it's great, but I also think that... Yeah, let's just watch it.
Why does he have a hot dog?
Well, as you all know, today is National Hot Dog Day, and perhaps you also know that hot dog is my favorite meat.
All right, shout out. Shout out the hot dog.
What? Hot dog is nobody's... The way he said that, it is just so absolutely like he is a fucking lizard person. And they were like, Mitt, it's been a while. We need you to put the skin suit back on and make sure people think you're human.
You need to relate.
And yeah, it's like, when's the last time this rich fuck had a hot dog?
God, does he take a bite out of it?
No. Well, let's finish the video.
I love hot dogs. I love them in buns. I love them outside of buns. I love them with baked beans. I just like hot dogs. It's the best, best meat there is, without question. So to all of you who, like me, are celebrating National Hot Dog Day.
Hot Dog Day.
Congratulations to you, and may there be many, many more hot dogs served in our wonderful land.
Oh, fuck, man.
That has got to be one of the strangest. I can't believe that they didn't put this on any other, can't believe this didn't go, around, as, a thing of, how fucking weird. It's because he's not trending, probably, but you know what I mean? He's kind of a nobody in the political world nowadays.
The hat, the hat plus the dog where they got it, perfectly ketchuped, just like the hat.
But I'm curious as to what the fuck... It's popping out of this bun. It doesn't even look. It looks like a lobster roll.
No, that thing's stapled in there.
He's shaking it around and shit, and it's not. It might be fake.
It totally could.
But when
be.
he says they're my favorite meat, dude.
As you all know, today is National Hot Dog Day, and perhaps you also know that hot dog is my favorite meat.
It's so weird. And then he just stammers fuck, what do people eat on hot buns? And how the fuck do these peasants eat these fucking dog shit mystery meat sticks? How the fuck do they eat these?
Yeah.
I love hot dogs.
Not a lie at all.
I love hot dogs. I happen to love hot dogs.
I love them in buns.
I love them. He had to look at it. He's like, what do they do again? In buns?
I am so confused. Okay, if that's not the story, if they didn't go, Mitt, we need you to fucking look like you give a shit about normal people. We need you to do something for the normal people.
Yeah.
If they didn't say that, then what is wrong with them?
Is there a hot dog lobby? You know what I mean? Are
Side
there
of
big
buns,
hot
I
dog?
love them with baked beans. I just like hot dogs. It's the best.
It's like
I guess those are the two ways to eat hot dogs.
If your kid came up to you and you're like Jeremy, do you like hot dogs?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, they're my favorite meat, and I like them on a bun. You'd be like, Jeremy, don't lie to your parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
Jeremy.
Yeah. What about hamburgers?
Best meat there is, without question.
It's really sacrilegious,
Dude. And I mean, I
Especially
love hot dogs, but he is not a common man. Don't you try to common man me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's on his tie? There's dogs.
Llamas or some shit. I
Llamas
don't
or
know.
dogs.
He's
Yeah.
probably a nice guy.
I don't know. I really
think
just
about Mitt Romney. I don't know anything about him.
What do I think about Mitt Romney, dude?
I think he's cool, dude.
I don't fucking
I think he's a
know.
normal.
Shit.
I think he's a normal, cool American that likes a hot dog.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a suspect video.
It's so weird.
It's highly suspect.
I'm glad you agree.
I totally agree. I don't know what to make of it. It's
I
kind
don't
of throwing
either.
me for a loop.
I don't either. I
feel
just
like
think
there's
it's
context
so
that I'm
random.
missing. I feel like
It's
I'm
so
missing
weird
something.
and random.
Yeah.
You're a rapper. I want to get your take on this. Chick.
Dog, dude. I've already seen this chick.
Oh, have you seen this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you've already seen it.
Oh, I'm hip to Ominous Darth. Dude.
You know Ominous Darth?
Yeah, shout out.
Can you make me a beat, Valentine?
Cypher, dude.
I'm fighting an uphill battle against an avalanche. This wasn't part of the plan. Why can't you just understand? I'm gonna make it happen. You don't have faith in me, that's okay. I don't need confirmation, my validity. Yeah, I won't be complacent. I will not settle for less, no matter how hard you press. I'm just not here to impress.
First off, I want to say two things positive. I want to say I love the commitment to the theme, the color theme with the contacts.
You think those tattoos are real?
I don't know. I fucking hope so.
I do too, yeah.
What do you think her influences are? Hip hop wise.
Probably like some Grim Salvo.
Yeah,
shit.
dude. She probably loves Salvo.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
She strikes me as more of a strange music lady.
Right.
Tech Nine.
In music, we're supposed to be supportive. I'm not gonna dog on her. I think the video is obviously there's a cringe factor and it's fun. It's fun to watch, and she has a great vocabulary. And her words that she's saying, all the stuff she's saying is dope.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason the video is just funny. I don't know why. But the tattoos are incredible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The tattoos are incredible.
I
You're
think
right.
This is amazing.
You're right. Ominous Darth.
Ominous Darth. Wait, can you finish it?
Yeah, let's finish it.
I cannot be ashamed. I'm working every day. I always find a way to turn my weakness into strength. I will do this on my own, through the heat and through the cold. I will not stop, I will not slow, even if I gotta go against the world, because I
It just keeps going, dude.
This ain't a fake it till I make it. I won't stop until I break it. A warrior with a keto. I take the energy.
What?
Don't let me shoot. Then redirect it.
A
I
keto
thought she meant she had a kid.
A keto is kind of a
keto.
weird flex.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
She must be.
Myself, and I do it without help.
I love her. She's confident.
Through the pain that I have felt, I have dealt with an insane amount of strain, adding callous to my status. I'm impervious to rain. I'ma make it.
She
to
probably
the
is a
shore.
Grim Salvo fan.
I'm jumping off the sinking boat and swimming to that shore.
She's cool. I hope she keeps grinding.
Hell yeah.
I want to know if the tattoos are real.
You know, we live in a
Ominous.
world today where that shit could fucking
Pop off. Yeah, you're
and
right.
like a
You're
weird,
right.
It's like ironic at first. and
I
then
just
people like,
love her whole vibe. I love her tattoos and her. She's got
Yeah.
the piercing on her
No,
eyebrow.
I can't hate. Look at how serious she is.
She's
dude.
fucking dead serious, bro.
Yeah.
Where do you think she's from?
Like Ohio.
I think Ohio. Yeah,
Right?
probably Cleveland.
Yeah.
Maybe Canada is what
What
I
do
was
you-
thinking too.
Oh, Canada.
This guy's really fun, dude. He's got a message for us here. this guy's awesome, dude.
It's off to a good start.
I wanted to share this on my TikTok, people. Mortality Heavy Metal Band. We're back together. Me, lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Playing my 6-string metal plate green. Ibanez bass. Kicking ass. See y'all soon.
Dude.
Yo, dude, this
I
is that's
wanna-
a very
that's
Arizona
sick as
video.
fuck.
That's very
Yes.
Arizona.
That was very Arizona.
Yeah.
I love that. That guy's fun.
Yeah. No,
That guy's fucking cool.
That guy's fucking sick. You know, like I gotta give it to all these people
Chasing
grinding.
the dream. They're chasing the
They're
dream.
grinding on the talk.
They're chasing the dream.
Dude, I can't be. Do you have TikTok? Do you have it?
I have it. I don't really go on it much except for I'm trying to
To
find
find-
clips.
yeah.
And some people someone sent me this.
So your feed is probably pretty like cursed.
I'm trying to make it cursed.
Yeah, more cursed,
So
yeah.
I'm like unliking or like saying I'm not interested in like anything cool. Like I just want like strange things, you know. This is very cool.
Dog. Fuck.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
That guy's crazy.
I don't-
Please please, I hope he's actually that crazy and not like this is just like an act that he's doing.
I mean,
what would be weirder?
I don't know.
Like if this is his fetish?
They're two different kinds of crazy, in my opinion. One's more out of desperation, like I'm gonna hack this algorithm. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get famous on what's the
$1 million.
Your mom's house? Is that what he's
Something,
going
yeah.
for? You know,
I
what
guess
mean?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't pull my dick right off my body. If you do, then I think that maybe I'll grow another one, maybe even two.
That's pretty funny. Honestly.
That is pretty funny, dude. It's fucking awesome. You could just grow. That'd be cool if you could grow. If you could grow another dick like a fucking lizard tail.
That would be sick. You chop it off. Would it be bigger the second time?
Fucking hope so.
I'd chop that shit right off.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, you know, I think that TikTok is a disturbing place to me.
It's so strange. I love this girl. She's amazing. This girl's awesome. Jesus Christ, come on. This girl is amazing.
Nice.
Don't y'all ever say I got a Party City wig. Party City could never.
No, you miss hang on. You gotta see the hair flip. She kills it, dude. I love this energy. I'm not even trolling. I love this energy.
Don't y'all ever say I got a Party City wig. Party City could never. Never. Y'all think this wig is Party City. Comment if y'all think this wig is Party City. This is not Party City, baby.
I love that shit.
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome,
that's
dude.
That's good shit, man.
Party City could never.
I'm gonna start calling things Party City.
Yeah, that's Party City, bro.
Yeah,
that is good.
yeah.
I like that. Party City could never.
Party City ass.
I don't think that was a Party City wig.
I don't know.
Party
you
City.
You could fool me if you told me it was.
Party City could never.
Party City could never.
Party City could never. I fucking love it, dude. What else we got in here? Oh, this is good.
Oh boy. Classic.
Let's get that one again.
Mishap.
Let's get that one more time. That's awesome, dude.
That was amazing.
She landed right on the couch too, which is good.
Yeah, she's all right.
I forget what this one is.
That looked like fun.
Oh yes. Oh my yes.
They call me Tuna Tyler. And I'm addicted to smelling tuna. But I also like placing it around my house.
Tyler and I are very close. I'm not just his mom, I feel like I'm his friend. I did not know that it would get this far. It became an obsession. Jeez.
I am single.
Tyler has made clear.
Dude,
yeah, you are, dude.
Dude, these shows.
They call me Tuna Tyler,
These
dude.
shows are out of control.
Dude, I love it. I'm going to just subscribe. I just am going to pull clips from fucking TLC now because this shit is so funny.
The Learning Channel.
I mean, we are learning something about Tuna Tyler.
I guess.
That he would like to be married.
Women would love guys that smell like tuna.
Dude, I'm sorry.
They call me Tuna Tyler.
Is this real?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, I hope it's real. And I just think it's funny. It's almost like you can't watch too much of these shows like Catfish and like TLC Hoarders because it's just like mental illness porn.
It is.
It's like, why do we enjoy watching that shit?
I don't know. I get sad. With all this stuff, I gotta say, I get a little sad. Like I skip this kind of part on Your Mom's House a lot of the time.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm just like, oh, geez, man. It's like, it's just kind of sad sometimes. But I guess they are putting themselves out there. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
It's just.
What do you think about
shocking.
this, dude?
Oh boy.
Look at that.
Damn.
Look at that picture.
Dude, look at Austin.
Look at everybody.
Look at Gary.
Look at everyone, dude.
Damn.
We got Miles was just here yesterday. We were looking at this.
Shout out the boy.
Seth.
Damn, Seth.
Papa Seth.
Papa Seth with
Look
the
at
hair.
Baby Blainer. That doesn't even look like Blaine.
Dude.
Blaine has tattoos all over his body now and a
Yeah.
fucking sweet haircut.
Yeah.
He looks like he looks healthier now. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
fleshed out.
thicker now.
Sure.
And fucking that's a skinny Blaine. Look at little baby Deebs.
This is a star-studded
This
photo,
is a
dude.
star-studded photo, dude.
That's fucking sick.
One day we're going to be great.
Yeah, dude. We're in front of a Denny's.
This is on that tour that we came to Austin on. And you were on the tour with us.
Yeah.
And that was a year ago. We just saw that place, too. The same place.
The tour wasn't a year ago.
The tour was, 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago today, 2013. No, 10 years ago this month.
Yeah.
2013 of August.
Crazy.
Yeah, August of 2013.
No,
I can't talk
remember.
right
We
now.
just drove past the place where you guys played the venue.
The abortion clinic where we parked our van and trailer in the gated
Yeah.
community. And the whole area is like artsy and like cool now.
Dude.
But it was like sketchy.
It's wild.
Remember that guy came up to, I don't know if you were there with me, but the guy came up to us with a gun.
Oh, he
and
flashed the gun.
He flashed the gun and he
Yeah.
was like, "This is our territory, but we're letting you guys do your show. So
I want to
just
know that you're okay.
Yeah, just you're good, but just watch yourself. Be
yeah.
respectful and shit."
Yeah. Austin's changed.
Yeah.
Austin's a little
better,
different now.
I think. It's a little
Yeah.
nicer. But
Yeah.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, man. I look like I'm like trying to eat my own face.
Bro, what is going on with your neck?
I don't know. It's really long, though, dude.
You look like one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not things where they have the fucking like long necks at the wax museum.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm really trying to fucking flex on people here.
I don't remember who it was. I think it was maybe Matt was like a GM of a Denny's. And so
we got the Denny's hookups.
I don't know if we got the hookups, but he was like, let me do the talking.
Oh yeah.
We sat down.
He
with,
ordered.
We sat down with like a group of like 15 people, and he's like, just let me. I got this. You know what I mean? He's like, let me get a double grand slam with 4 milkshakes. Strawberry on ice.
Throw the eggs on first.
Yeah.
Throw the eggs on first.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
we want
whoa,
extra
dude.
crispy on the bacon, not burnt.
Yeah.
He's like going down. Pancakes, flip them twice on each side, please.
Dude, he knew what
Was
was
it
up.
Matt? It was Matt.
It was. It had to be Matt. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Damn, Josh. Fucking all the homies.
Dude, Josh is the
That's
man.
a good picture.
It's a solid pick. It can't ever be lost in the archives. Like,
No.
it has to be.
No.
I wish we, that's one thing about the whole like camera phone thing, or like, camera phone. I sound like an old man. That's one thing about
camera phone.
like the old put this back up. The whole like Snapchat, Instagram story era that we're living in, it's like we don't like take pictures with each other enough.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, like my parents gave me this like photo album. My mom gave me this photo album recently. She's like, she put these photos together of like my whole childhood and like everything. It's fucking awesome.
So sick.
And like all my cousins and family and shit. And like we don't have shit like that. Like we have stuff like it now, but it just looks different and it's different.
Well, if you try to do that now, people look at you like you're a fucking hipster.
Yeah. I like a shoot film.
Yeah. But I've been trying to do that. Like I have that old ass camera that like I think Copo gave it to me. Because him and anyway.
Yeah, Brantley.
Yeah. And
shout out Copo.
So Copo blast beating away. But yeah, I've been using that shit ever since they gave it to me. It's from like, the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's so sick. It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. I took it to Europe. I took it to Costa Rica. I took it all over the place.
Have you gotten any of that stuff developed?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
A ton of it. I have a shoebox full of photos.
Did you bring it with you on this trip?
I didn't, dude. I didn't. Because it's like I got like half a roll in it, and I need to go get shit developed. But
it's all right.
Yeah, it's the fucking move. And
I
it's
guess
like,
this wasn't special enough of a trip.
It wasn't. No, no. I just didn't. I really prided myself. I don't know if prided myself on traveling with just a backpack here. I love rolling into the airport with just a backpack on. That's money. That's the greatest feeling. And slides, backpack and slides. You're like, flip your fucking shoes off.
Yeah.
Toss that shit in. It's just a breeze.
You know what else is pretty lit? Checking bags has gotten so much the baggage claim. It's so quick.
Yeah.
Like way quicker than I remember being a kid. Like fuck.
Yeah.
When's the bags gonna start coming out? And the hack is, you bring just a carry-on, right? But so you don't have to deal with the overhead storage thing, and you don't have to pay to check it. You just fucking check it at the gate. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nobody told me about that.
They'll do it for free most of the time.
Yeah, it's
They're like,
always
we need
free.
the space.
Yeah, it's always free. And then it's like the first thing to come out. fucking with the baggage claim. But
Dude.
anyway, dude, we can probably wrap this up. We've been going for 2 solid hours. We got some we got some fucking music work to do. We got some hits to make.
We do.
We're gonna get into it tonight. Right
we're
after this.
We're gonna get that sweet angelic voice.
Yeah, we're gonna
get it out.
We're gonna channel our inner '90s, early 2000s rock voice. We're gonna find my voice. They come to stop the brute. Run that fucking outro, dude.